In 5, 4, 3, 2,
I'm doing
1.
it.
1 and we're live!
Do you hear that,
welcome back to
kids?
the INVICTUS stream. My name, as always, is Mr. Harlan Guthrie, and I am here with my horrible brother, Alex.
Hi.
Oh,
Okay,
nice
yeah,
delay.
someone needs to mute.
That's David.
My delicious brother, David. Clapping for himself. He doesn't have a big face open, so he can't hear it. The wonderful Joe. Junior Justin.
Hi.
Mr. Mycl Barber.
Hello!
And, oh, that's everybody. Chris isn't here tonight. Sorry, everybody. Oh, listen to that. And welcome.
Let's not forget
to-
the indubitable Harlan Santa Claus.
Oh, please.
Harlan Claus.
Hey, he did that himself.
I did do that myself for comic effect because, ladies and gentlemen, it is Wednesday night. It is the third Christmas game in Invictus history. We did Wrath of Santa, we did Return of the Krampus, and we are here tonight with the fury of Father Christmas. That's right. If you are
And the
scared,
echo.
if you are not ready for the violence and the provocative nature of tonight's episode, that's okay. We're not going to blame you. It's got terrible 18+ content. Isn't that right, Alex?
It really does. Let me just stall you for a moment while I find that 18+ thing and do this. Oh no, 18+! 18+! Viewer beware, you're in for a scare, and don't let anything like sexual or violence or language
Watch.
reveal.
That's right. It's an 18+ show. That was a long cutaway to it. But that means if you're not comfortable with no-no words such as poopy and fart, then you don't have to watch tonight's stream because it's going to be laden with them. But before you leave, please like the video. When you like the video, Mycl gets food. Isn't that right, Mycl? He's muted himself. It wouldn't be.
I will unmute and say I'm so excited to eat again. It's been weeks.
That's right. And please remember that liking means that Mycl gets fed, and that's an important thing for everybody because we can't exist without Mycl being fed. He is the giant world of a womb that houses all of Invictus in his little belly. Didn't you know that? More on that later. It's the Christmas episode. That means...
Yeah, there we go. One of my only talents.
We had that plan.
Oh.
Yeah, it is.
What's he drinking?
the
He's
fury
getting all of
Father
us drunk.
Christmas. If you're following the Christmas game so far, good luck to you, because it is a violent tale of woe. In the first game, Justin was kidnapped.
Whoa!
I think.
I remember
really
that. I remember that.
Yeah.
That happened in real life, I think, actually.
It did. I am authentic when it comes to role-playing games. If a character in real life is kidnapped, you better believe someone's at their door with a giant sack to throw them in it. And
That's
last
just
year,
Justin and his giant sack.
yeah, and
Yes.
well, that's true too.
That's
So
true.
maybe
18
last year you were
plus.
kidnapped.
Bundle.
Whatever the case, this year you'll notice Chris isn't here, and that's because I've kidnapped him as well. Because the fury of Father Christmas knows no bounds. For tonight, Chris will pay for all the sins of the naughty children on stream. That's you.
Actually, I'm going to say out of all of us, Chris is probably the least sinful.
Yeah, but he couldn't be here, so we're gonna pick on him.
So he's
Isn't that
just
the way
an
things
ass.
work?
So that's the golden rule.
If you are watching this for the first time, weird episode to start on, but perfect episode to start on because it's going to be lots of fun and drinking, and I hope you're drinking along. There's going to be a drinking game. Aisha, please post right now in the Discord chat the Invictus drinking game because tonight is going to be ready for it. Sure enough. Also, if you are the first time watching this, please join the Facebook group. The Facebook group is where all the cool people hang out. It's where we chat. It's where you get a chance to have your voice heard. It's where we come together as a community and a family. And furthermore, you get the chance to be entered into the most valuable post pool. What is that? Well, that's a chance to be risen like he has risen. No, that's bad. Oh, well,
Risen above the others in the XP pool.
That's right.
Yes.
And for the most valuable post, I'm going to throw it to whoever I said I was going to throw it to tell us what's going on. Take it away, that person.
Hey!
I think it was you.
Yeah, but
That's me, everybody. So this week's MVP goes to the one, the only, and I hope someone's ready on that drum roll
Wait for it.
or
Wait.
applause.
Drum roll's going now.
It's going out now. Sabrina Goodpaster. Oh, yes. For her post entitled, "If You Were a Dragon, What Would Your Horde Consist Of?" And we had a lot of really great comments, lots of people saying books, some people saying alcohol, some people saying dildos. It was crazy. It was amazing. So thank you very much.
Hold on. Who's that? What
Wait,
dragon
what?
Who's the
What?
dildo hoarding dragon? I want to be friends with that person.
Oh, wait, I didn't hit send. 1 second.
Oh, I didn't hit post.
Done.
I only finished half of it. Well
So,
done,
there you go,
Sabrina.
Sabrina.
Yeah, you've won most valuable post. That means you get a little bit of XP to spend, maybe in tonight's game.
And for those that don't know or aren't aware or haven't really gained much XP to care, if you look in the side of the Facebook, you'll find where all the XP is listed. So find yourself and find your XP, and then you'll know how much to spend on this Christmas stream.
Whoa! Yay!
That's a classic. A classic.
That's pretty
Christmas
good,
carol.
actually.
I love
love
that
that
Christmas
song.
song.
But that's right. The other thing about tonight's game is that we asked you guys, the community, to fill out a questionnaire, a poll of sorts, to make tonight extra special. And we
A
have
North
lot
Pole.
A North Pole. We have a lot of really good answers. I'm excited for tonight's
Oh,
game because
boy.
it's going to be wacky and weird. And obviously, Joe hasn't drank enough because she's too mindful of this. She's got to get into it. So before continuing, everyone with a drink in their hands, including those on stream, finish it or half it. Those are the two options.
Wait, I'm on like beer 3 already. And
3, 2, 1,
Mosby
go.
knows that like one beer is enough.
Full of wine.
So what's
Did you finish it, Joe?
Yeah, I'm just about there, buddy.
Oh my god.
Nice.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not drinking all this nog. Crazy with the puns.
There we go. So either finished or half. If you're at home, I hope you played along. Thank you for joining the Invictus Stream Christmas special. That was a lot of fun. It's just about drinking one drink. No, that was the first. So everyone else, now go get your second one. If you
And we
finish
just
your
try
drink,
Cold.
What am I supposed to do now?
go make.
Do
more
we have a
Did you
drinking-
finish it all? Your
Do we have a drinking game set up for us tonight? Like if someone rolls like a 7?
Every
or a-
celebrity guest star, you finish your drink.
Okay.
Fuck.
Oh,
I'm gonna die of alcohol poisoning.
I'm excited.
I am like the weakest drinker out of all of us.
I know that's the best part because you're already drunk.
I'm drinking eggnog, guys. This is like not good for your health. I don't think you're supposed to drink that much eggnog.
And the other
Period.
thing is, David is already so messed up. He's already passed out on the floor. Look at David.
Yes, look at that.
David is
Oh,
$2.99 per hour. If you want David to be in the stream, you need to pay extra. That's the truth. Apparently, I'm quiet, so let me fix this. There we go. Now I'm really, really loud, probably. So you guys tell me if I'm not too loud, but frankly,
I don't notice a difference at all.
Frankly,
Frankly,
my
my
dear, I
dear.
don't give a damn. All right. Yeah, so everyone's finished their drink. I got to wait until I'm done talking before I can get a second drink because my fridge is back there. You might have noticed that I'm in the basement now. That's right. I've been cast out. But this is the new backdrop, so I hope you enjoy it. If not, I don't really care because that's the way it's going to go down this year. What else about tonight's game? Did we do everything? MVP, Santa. Recap of last game, Joe.
What?
Recap of last year's game, please, for the community who didn't watch it.
So,
Yeah, Joe, let us know.
Go.
for everyone who haven't seen the last game, here's what happened.
Perfect. You recap. what you did.
Santa came to the world where everyone was, and all the Invictus boys were like, "Hey, Santa," and they all sat on his lap and told him what they wanted for Christmas. And then Santa turned into alien, and then Mulder and Scully came, and then they all had to fight him, the alien Santa. And after that, Mulder and Scully said, "Thank you very much." It turns out we were Santa all along. And then they journeyed to the North Pole to help Mulder and Scully liberate all the elves from alien Santa. And then all together, each of the boys took a different part of the world to deliver presents to. And then it was just like a lot of monotonous dice rolling to see how they could deliver the presents really good. And that was it.
And that is what
Although
happened.
not even close to accurate.
No,
a
that
wonderful
was
recount of what didn't actually happen.
I wasn't there. I didn't see it.
That was
And I want
legit.
everyone to
That
know
was
exactly
That was
that's
a good
what
story, though. I wish we had done that.
Yeah, that sounds pretty.
Sounds intense.
No, whatever Joe just said is exactly what happened last year. Because A,
All right.
I don't remember, and B, I'm sure it was more interesting. And frankly, it doesn't matter because you're the one planning it out. So that's the history of whatever happened last year, exactly as Joe told it. But this year's
More
a little
people
bit
want you to turn
Oh,
on your mic, Harlan. I
yeah.
think it's getting caught in your fur.
turn it up.
The sound dampening fur.
Yeah,
His
you have,
chest
like,
hair.
fur
I got
here.
too much.
Or if you move your mic closer to your mouth.
Testing.
That helps
Is
well.
this better if I just talk like this?
Oh my god! Not really.
But it was louder. It was louder though, right? This is louder. It is this.
No, it's like-
It is this mic that's being picked up. Is what I'm asking.
What were you
Right?
asking?
Is this mic that's being picked up,
Oh, that might be better.
or is it this mic that's being picked up?
Maybe
Hello?
that one.
Testing.
Cool.
Maybe.
Hello,
Well, that
hello,
was-
hello.
I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that mic.
It's
No,
this mic, right?
it is that
What?
Sort
What
of.
am I doing?
Who?
Mike, don't worry. Different mic.
Why is David
Oh.
still gone?
Let me
Other-
I have to say
rephrase.
I'm really sorry.
It is that
I'm
Michael.
so sorry.
Different Michael.
All right.
I love the
So
mitts.
to start, let's get.
Oh, Johnny says yes. That's good. So,
Okay,
yeah.
perfect. Let's start off with Justin. Roll 2d20.
Two.
Christmas
Whoa.
came early.
We're already breaking the rules.
Here we go. Oh. Oh yeah. Wait. What?
Okay, so it's a 20-sided die.
Okay. Wait. My
can do it.
dice stream doesn't work on this browser.
Okay.
Start with someone
Likely.
else. Come back
Alex,
to me.
2d20.
Two
2d20?
D20s.
Yeah.
Christmas went away early.
Here we
this
go.
year.
Oh, you didn't really earn it, is the truth.
Here we go. Here we go. 1 and a 19.
If I add
Fuck
those
yeah.
together, that's 20.
Kind of a natural 20.
Perfect. Okay. All right. So that's
It's exactly average.
now I know what the entire game is going to be about.
Oh,
The entire
right.
game has been fulfilled by that one need. All right.
Okay, I got it. I'm gonna roll 2d20s.
Too late.
We
Unless you want a
already
second
did it.
MacGuffin. You can have two MacGuffins if you want.
I can't type.
21? Okay.
I got an 18 and a 3.
And here's Justin realizing that he couldn't roll die. He's
Well,
like,
now you
"Oh,
figured it out.
I couldn't roll that.
I rolled an 11 and a 7.
Oh, I couldn't roll that.
That's
7.
very
That's 11 and
artistic.
7.
Very Picasso. Picasso.
Picasso!
That's my
love
favorite
Picasso.
painter.
That's my favorite pizza. You
I
know,
love
when
the
you buy
Cosmo Valley.
He really.
Picasso.
Delicioso. Got
I mean, he
nothing
didn't
on
invent
Picasso.
Rum-
Cubism, but he
Rum
kind of like ran away with Cubism.
I want Picasso.
Actually, in high
frankly.
school, we did Guernica on one of the walls.
Oh.
It was-
Woof. What are we doing?
Very
All right,
good.
we're playing a game. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, this is the Christmas special for the third year in a row. Invictus Stream presents. What's it called?
The Fury.
That's
The Fury of Father Christmas.
That's right. Are the sound effects showing up to anybody else? This is really quiet. Can the community hear the sound effects?
I don't know.
Yeah, I can hear him.
Yeah, but can the community?
Oh, can the community hear them?
Yeah, I'm curious. Whatever.
And you
The
hear the sound
Fury.
effects.
This is our most professional.
Of
Discord,
Father
and if you're not on the Discord, yes.
Just a little bit of alcohol, and this is what happens.
Damn
Not a little
Guernica.
bit.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's start this.
Let's do it.
After last year's fiasco, and I'm gonna replay the end of last year. The 7 of you were standing in a rotunda. The
A rotunda?
robot body of Donald Trump came down to face you, and you decided, no, DT, not this year, and you beat the fuck out of him. You were celebrated as heroes.
Smash his face in with an iron.
This is the shush time. This is you were.
all overkill, but sure.
The 6. Actually, I think you did beat him with a tire iron. The 6 of you go home.
I
as
punched him in the
heroes.
throat. I remember that.
You saved all the elves who wanted you to
Right.
stay with them on the South Pole for years. They said, "Please be our new kings," and you each said, No. We don't want to be kings. We want to go home and live our lives. But you promised that you'd visit a year in the future to make sure that everything was going as good as you had hoped. So, on Christmas Eve, the 6 of you all agreed and got into a van. You pulled up to Chris's house, however, opening the door, waiting for him to walk out. All the lights in his house are off. What do?
I say, what a Scrooge.
Lights
Do
off.
you guys believe his lights are off?
Went to bed early.
I stand back on the pavement and just, Chris! Yell up at the house.
So it's
I walk in traditional horror movie fashion. I would go, "Hello, is anyone there? Come on, you guys, stop kidding around. This isn't funny anymore."
Guys, split up.
No.
3 of us go around the back. 3 of us stay here in case he opens this door.
And David, what do you do?
I clear my throat and think.
I checked to see.
I just go, guys, maybe he's just at a holiday party.
Oh, maybe he went out. You're right.
See if Fancy Pants is there.
Someone
you're
text him.
surprised. Yeah, you're surprised that you, all
good
of you guys, you remembered this. This was something that a year ago was monumental. It was a week celebration at the Elves. They literally hoisted you on chairs like a Jewish wedding, and it was heavy for them too. Exactly, but they were singing in Elfish, which is just it's a bit different. It's higher pitched for sure. And they were surprised that Chris would forget such a monumental event. You didn't communicate necessarily because you kind of just figured it would be something that he would have remembered. It was
I pull out my phone.
Okay.
Dear Chris.
Do you have Chris's
what's
number?
Up?
Do you have
And then knowing Chris, he won't text for like 3 days.
Yeah. So
Do you start every text with "dear"?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
My dearest Chris. Every text is like it's from the World War I trenches.
Very old-fashioned.
My dearest Chris, how I miss ye. So he doesn't answer.
Huh.
Not unlike Chris.
They throw my phone at the house.
Okay, so
Good
your
idea.
phone is smashed.
Good move.
Scratch it off your end of the world sheet, please.
No, I will not.
That's too late. That's not how Christmas games work. Christmas games work that when you say something in drunk, it gets followed through. That's exactly why we're so fun.
Something in drunk.
Now
You're
that I
supposed to be
know.
drunkenese.
Fine, you get one free pass. Everything else goes.
What if we go on the roof?
Okay.
What?
No, we
He
don't.
might be on the roof.
Why aren't we? What?
I've always wanted to go on the roof.
One more time, Michael. One more time.
You go
I
ahead.
think we should.
What?
Okay, I'm
What?
gonna
Why
go on
don't
the
we
roof.
walk in and just?
Is it? Do you have a key, Michael?
No, but they've got a combo lock,
Okay, cool. Let's
and
do
it's
that.
Kate. I believe it's Caitlin's birthday.
Oh.
So you go up and test
Wow,
it.
we all know.
One sec. Give me a minute. I'm gonna go find out. Okay.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that out loud.
So you go up and you try the combo lock.
You probably need to change that combo now.
Do you try the combo lock? Do you try that?
Harlan, your mic is very bad.
Is it? Why is it being so bad?
I think when it's trying to talk over us, it fails, which is just the worst quality.
It's got to be closer to your mouth, man. You got to lift it up.
That's
You gotta
really
bring it,
interesting because
like,
this
right
mic's never given me an issue before, but for some reason it's being an issue tonight.
You
Because
gotta
I need
eat
my
that
computer.
mic.
I gotta eat it.
What? Wait, what?
My mic's being really bad. I'm sorry, guys. I want to know how it sounds though. Now I'm
It's a
so-
naughty mic.
You could use your webcam mic. They're usually
probably
pretty.
could, eh?
They're not the greatest quality, but it'll pick you up.
You just
I
tell
think
me
we just have to be a little bit more respectful of people's speaking time.
by speaking
I say
tone.
that all full well knowing that I'm usually the one that cuts people off.
Stop cutting me off, Alex.
Oh,
There
that's
we go.
really loud now.
Yeah.
But good.
Is that better now?
No, it like went back
That's
down.
way worse.
Okay. What about now? How's this sound?
It's very. I almost said
How does this
pragmatic.
sound? Does this
You know
sound
what I
better
mean,
now?
though. Sporadic.
No, I would say worse.
Worse.
Is that the camera mic? Oh no, put it back. It
Take
was
it
way
back.
better before.
Way worse.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good at all.
Sounds like
Sounds like you're talking through like a big hallway.
Oh my god.
that what a big hallway sounds like, Alex?
I
Oh
don't
my
know.
god.
Oh,
It's
boy.
always full of fly paper. Pillows.
How's that sound better?
Sounds like someone having a radio on in the
Does
other
this sound better?
room.
Does this sound better at all?
That sounds great.
Oh
That
my
sounds
god. Michael and Brianna just asked, is the mic pregnant? Have you guys seen that YouTube video?
No. Oh yeah. Pregnant. Pregnant.
It's a Yahoo Answers, and people are just they're making
we
fun of them
posted that a
all
few
the
times.
different ways that they miss
Now
the
it looks
word
like the mic is
pregnant.
fucking doing great.
Oh,
Touch
pregnant.
it.
Pregnant.
Nope, now it's
Yeah.
going weird, I think.
Pregnant. Sorry, what were we doing?
Okay. Something's weird about my mic. It's going all crazy.
Oh, Harlan.
Did
it's
you
not-
actually walk into his house, Michael, when you did that?
Yes, I did. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that.
I would have
So-
focused on the game. So okay, so you walk into his house. You walk into Chris's house. The entire place is quiet, and you notice that there is glass broken at the back door.
And if you know Chris's house, that's not unusual to have shit
I was
everywhere.
gonna say, I was not gonna make that joke. That's an off-color joke. But yeah, it's
No fault of Chris's. I wanna put that out
Not
there.
out of-
No
it's
fault
not
of
out of
Chris's
place.
are.
No, but you notice the back door is smashed. The black glass door is smashed.
Oh shit. Was this smashed last time you were over here, Mike?
It sure was. No.
Like it's letting a lot of cold air in.
It is, and as you enter in, you realize that the snow has started to blow in very softly, and you get a chill in the air. And it doesn't even feel like the outside chill. Something about this feels off. Yeah.
Hey, this feels off. Does this feel weird to anyone else?
Yeah, it feels pretty freaking weird.
You take a quick look around the apartment, and you realize that Chris, his family, his baby, nowhere to be found.
So you mean he left
in the basement?
Oh!
You mean he left with his family?
We don't know.
Okay, is the glass on the inside of the door or the outside of the door?
Is it
Ah.
broken or
Both.
Both.
There's glass
Damn it.
everywhere.
So someone broke in and then broke out.
They're in the other window.
Sounds like an idiot. I'm here, so it couldn't have been me.
Is there any signs of anything being like rifled through, like belongings missing, or does it look more like someone packed in a hurry?
Now
Like,
that's
are all their drawers turned out, or
so that's a perfect question. So there you go.
did they
So,
make the bed?
so Michael, you have a pretty good idea of how Chris's house looks normally. So give me a
Yes.
roll for your
This is hard in mittens.
perception.
Not what the drawers were looking for.
All right.
These are
So
not-
what am I rolling here? Work with me here.
Nice.
I'm doing like
Logic.
1d6 or 2d6 or 1d6, right?
You roll 1d6.
Yeah, 1d6, and then you just want to get below, so
And I got
no.
a 6.
Okay, no.
So I'm gonna say this looks exactly how Chris's house normally looks to me.
Yeah, so you don't notice anything too sort of off yet, but you do notice generally that the whole sort of flow of everything in the house, and that the pieces that are off, the pieces that are sort of all over the place, seem to be generally flowing towards above the mantelpiece. Is it really loud now?
It's going in and out.
It goes in and out. But we
Which is the way I like you, Harlan.
Yeah, I do.
Going in and out.
No,
Yeah,
just in.
Admittedly, I
Penis
kind of
vibes.
missed what you said.
All of the disarray in the house is moving towards their fireplace?
The mantle
Ah.
of the fireplace.
Oh.
And I say in a cute little voice, Santa?
Yeah, and as you look towards the fireplace, you notice that something you've excused many... Oh, fuck. I can see it peeking, too.
Okay, at least you can see it.
Yeah, something that you've excused many, many times over, that typically lies in the center of the mantelpiece, Michael, sort of sets apart. You don't remember what was there, but you remember that there's sort of an arc to all the elements that sit above the mantle, but there's a big hole and a dust circle where whatever was taken was taken.
You guys see this hole here where something used to be? This looks very suspicious to me.
Almost like something was, but then it was taken.
Give me a logic
It
roll,
really
anybody.
does.
What did he have above?
Someone with logic
Dibs.
should think on this.
Oh yeah,
Give a
Joe.
logic roll.
Yeah, I nailed it.
So you've never even fucking been here. But you
I know exactly what this is. Stand aside.
But based on the weight and the indentation on the metal landing, you
I smell
realize this is a solid gold nutcracker that was here.
Well, you see, based on the silhouette.
And you hear a voice from behind you. Oh no! And you spin around and you see a tiny little fucking person step out of the
What?
shadows. Like this, like tiny, like this high.
How
and he goes,
tiny?
like elf height.
roughly elf height.
And he goes,
Oh no! That golden nutcracker is gone!
Who are you and what are you doing in Chris's
Who the
house?
fuck are you?
he says, fuck you! And he runs to the backyard.
What?
I
He starts
chase him.
running.
Let's get him, Mike.
Yeah.
Mike, I'm chase him.
I mean, yeah.
Michael, give me a
Let's go
give me a
elf
dexterity roll, Michael.
Yeah, I will.
David and I stand in the foyer looking at each other.
David hasn't
Yeah.
left the van, I don't think.
No. I was the
Come
man.
on.
I have gone to the fridge and made myself a large sandwich.
That's my David. That's my David. That's my boy.
Alex is simply picturing the fireplace and looking at the golden nutcracker, which was
But it's not there anymore.
And
the golden
stunned by
nutcracker, which
the
was.
God.
sudden commotion, I trip on the frame of the glass door and stumble and roll out over the deck and into the backyard.
Yeah, and actually, even though they don't, they suddenly have a pool, and you fall into the frozen water of the pool.
Yeah, the little pond in the backyard.
Yeah,
wow,
but-
I fell far flying through the...
But the elf is surprised. He stops. He turns around and says,
Oh no!
and he walks over to the edge and says, let me help you. And he grabs a big pool pole, and he kind of like tries to help you out. And Justin, you see this little elf dude helping
What a
Michael.
good little elf.
Wow. Okay, so he's got some compassion. He's not to blame for stealing the golden nutcracker.
At least a smidgen.
So I help him out. I go to the pole and I grab onto the pole and I look down at the elf and I nod, and together we work to get Michael out.
He's sort of a bit nervous, but you use him as leverage. Like he kind of uses his head to like create a fulcrum. No,
Yeah.
whatever it's called. And then,
a fulcrum. That's it.
Correct.
hey, 2 points, Harlan. And you
Drink.
You drink. Yay! Point for me.
I already need another beer. I'm going on
Everybody
beer
drink.
4.
Go for it.
Everybody.
And you
drink.
help Michael out, and
Everyone?
the little elf is
I was
sweaty,
putting that on the.
and he falls back against a bush. He says,
Oh god. You guys are looking for the golden nutcracker as well, aren't you?
Yeah, we are. Did you come to steal it?
I thought you might have taken it at first, but I realized by your buffoonery you must be the mythical 6.
Buffoonery? What are you? Mythical
Wait.
6? What are you?
And I interrupt
Guys,
Justin,
get out
and I
here.
say, "Yes, we are the mythical 6." And I look to the others, and I continue nodding. Yeah.
and he goes,
But there's only 5 of us.
well, and then he kind of nods. He's like,
Word.
I figured as much.
and he walks back in, and he goes and sits on the couch, and he kind of wipes off the sweat from his brow as the 6 of you, or the 5 of you now, kind of circle around. And he says,
I'm sorry I ran. I realize now you are the mythical 6.
and he points at Alex. He says,
You are the brash and bold Alex, are you not?
"That's me," I say in a goofy kind of insinuating voice.
and he
Alex,
points
what the hell
at
is wrong with you?
Joe, and he says,
And you are the logical Joe.
Yep.
and he points at Michael. He says,
And you are the buffoon known as Mycl, falling in the pool in such a comical way.
Yup, that's me.
The great and powerful Justin, who is wise and acts above his years.
Oh, yeah. Hey.
and
That's-
and as David walks back into the room, he just goes, he's like awestruck. He's like,
And David.
and you can hear like almost the echo of the chants of the other elves who they just hear the god to them, and he sort of like falls off.
It's because I just look just like them.
Don't know. He falls off the couch. He falls off the couch and sort of scuttles over to you on his knees, and he grabs your pants. He's like,
And David. The David.
And then he sort of like excuses his behavior, and he's like,
Oh, my apologies. And he goes back to the coaches. And we came here for Chris Charbonneau, but he is,
Viseau. Fuck it.
So, once again, we're giving away his last name and the combination to his house. Good stuff.
Everyone go up at Chris's house and rob him blind.
Whatever.
we were here for Chris Viseau, but Chris Viseau is the most honored member of the Invictus Six, and he was the one we entrusted with a golden statuette of Nutcracker, the key towards accessing Santa's plane, but...
And then he points to the empty hollow above the fireplace.
But it is missing. There is no golden statuette.
And he turns to the other, whoever's here, because Alex apparently just left.
You must retrieve the golden nutcracker. It is the only way to access Santa. And us elves need to get home.
What?
We need to get home.
What?
Well-
You're stranded here?
Yes, us elves are stranded here.
I'm sure you can get a flight or something.
No, it's not that easy.
No, I'm
Were you
pretty sure it
stranded?
is, actually.
Not for an elf, Michael. Come on, they're little people.
I don't think
Oh, yeah, there's so many restrictions on little people, because...
No, I don't think they get passports, Michael.
It's not just
Think
the
about this
passports.
logically.
Yeah, but they don't need passports, do they? Isn't it still in
Think
Canada?
about it logically. There's no flights that go to the North Pole.
Michael?
Okay, you're right. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Invictus-
Wait, how are we going to help
We really
them?
shouldn't have jumped on you like
You
that.
Invictus
I,
6, I need your help, please. You must help me.
Oh, I'm getting a little box that says rate the video in auto quality.
Oh, very bad.
I'm putting a very
0.
0.
I get down on, like, kind of crouch down, like, hey, what's your name, little guy?
My name is Lionel.
Lionel, how can we help you?
Oh, what a cute name.
I just need help.
He says in the most stuffy elf voice you could imagine. He says,
We already said it pretty clearly. We need to get the
Listen.
golden nutcracker so that they can get home somehow, because
Someone-
golden nutcrackers are the way to get home.
Listen, someone has taken the golden nutcracker from Chris Viseau. We entrusted it him, being the most honorary member of the Invictus Six, but someone has taken it. You must retrieve it.
and then he sort of looks inwardly and says,
And I think I know where you might be able to find it.
Oh no.
David, give me
Where?
2d6. Roll 2d6.
Well, don't hold us in suspense. Tell us, man.
Roll 2d6, David.
I just want to say, every time that your mic goes like quiet and then gets loud again, it's like my ears pop. It's
I'm
very
sorry.
satisfying. It's just like, oh.
I think I'm going to try plugging into a different port. So, David, roll 2d6 in the meantime.
Okay.
Do it, David.
And then Alex
Let's
riff
do it.
until I fix my mic. Alex can riff. Alex, sing a song.
So once he rolls,
A 1 and a 5. You see
the
that?
the five of us stand in this small room, which is Chris's house.
Yes.
Behind us, a fireplace, still
Yes.
smoldering with a fire. There's items in glass scattered all over the floor, and a small imprint on the
Mantle.
mantle of the fireplace, with a very distinct imprint of where something golden once stood.
Yes.
The Nutcracker. Distant,
Because
off in the distance, you can
golden
hear.
things leave specific imprints.
I turn to
Off in the distance, you can hear a distinct from the Nutcracker clamping.
I turn to Michael. You should get out of those wet clothes. We do not want you getting hypothermia. You probably
Wow.
need to go steal some clothes.
Get out of damn
Okay.
We all form a circle around Michael and start clapping.
This is not what I was
Joe,
planning
the
on.
logical, you should have known this.
Good idea, Joe.
I can't actually put my earphones back in with my mittens.
I was hoping you'd just go upstairs to Chris's room and like find.
I will do that.
Naked is
While you're up there, roll a perception check. That's just the lingo we use here.
Hey, it sounds like maybe the elf is going to try to say something soon. He's got something stuck in his throat. I'm just gonna I'm gonna pat the elf on the back. Does anybody? Can you get some water, David? You know the kitchen well.
Yeah, you know where water is in a house.
Yeah, I know how to use a tap, I think.
Does that work yet? No. Does that work?
No, we hear you.
Does it sound okay?
Oh, no. Bring it out.
It's like a roller coaster of voice.
God damn.
Roller coaster
You have
of
Japanese.
voice.
Is there some setting that's a peak setting or something that's dropping it down? Maybe you have it turned up too much. Turn it back down.
Turn down for what?
Turn down for what?
See, it is. It's when you get really loud, it's pulling in a compression.
I don't understand it.
Yeah,
That sounds better.
Does that sound better now?
Well, yeah, just don't. No, bring it down.
Try whispering.
Does
Try
that sound,
whispering.
Does that sound better now? Could just talk like this?
No,
Too low.
I don't think your compression theory is.
I don't understand. It never had any problem.
I can't
I don't
move
know.
my buttons with my mittens.
It's the new location.
What about now? Does that sound better?
No, wait.
Well, I guess you can't put those buttons on.
Does that sound any better
This
now?
is all gone to shit.
I'm
Is
sorry,
everyone
guys.
having fun?
Yeah. Hey,
Drink,
take
everybody.
this moment to refill our drinks.
Time for a sip.
Yeah.
I will go throw my clothes in the dryer.
Is this what the
while
elf
we
looks like?
discuss what we're doing.
Is this what
That
the elf...
is.
That's exactly what the elf looks like.
It's,
The elf
it's
is
a
like-
gnomish elf.
It's a
He's
no,
like choking.
It's a gnomish
He's
elf.
like choking on his.
Can you even hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it still sounds shit.
Still sounds shitty.
Oh fuck! I hate this.
It's questionable. No. It's okay. It's been consistent right now, but I
Well,
don't know if you did anything.
I don't know.
So,
All
for
right.
those of you on the stream who are interested, this is
Justin,
what I'm
stop
drinking.
thumping. I can hear you thumping above me.
What?
I can hear you thumping me inconsistently.
That sounds a little weird.
All right, we got this. We got this. Let's do this. Ladies and gentlemen, back to the game. So the elf, what time is it? Oh, we're still fine. It's only 8:45. We got lots of story to tell. So the elf says,
We're 50% through already.
Invictus 6,
Please, I need your help, and I think I know where.
and he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a small business card and he hands it to you, Justin. And the name on the business card says Dirk McDigglestein.
Dirk McDickelstein?
McDiggle. with
Diggle.
G's, Digglestein. And Joe, roll 2d20.
Diggle, not Diggle.
Digglestein.
Diggle.
It's Jewish.
7 and a 9.
Perfect. So that's
Oh.
that's a good roll. Okay. So oh shit. So you guys are now looking at a ticket that says Dirk McDigglestein. And Justin, you flip it over and on the back it says Copenhagen.
What's it say?
Denmark?
It says Copenhagen. Yeah,
Ah,
Denmark.
you're welcome, I say to the elf.
The land of Lego and Roxall and the Little Mermaid. I'm so excited.
Roxall and the Little Mermaid.
And he looks at
That's
you.
what they have on Welcome to Copenhagen.
The home of rock salt.
Oh, Roxall. It's an insulation. made
Roxall.
of-
Oh,
It's good.
Yeah, man.
right. You work at a home improvement store.
And he looks at you, 6 or 5, and he says,
Please, you must go and look up this man. He will know where to find the golden nutcracker.
and he slides the business card, hands it to you, and he says,
You can take the elf jet.
and he pulls out a small little device and he punches a series of numbers in it, and you hear a loud rumbling from the street next to yours, which isn't as loud on my microphone. And you see a series of lights fill the sky, and for a second the 5 of you are filled with a sense of wonder as this almost alien-like craft lands out front of Chris's house.
Oh my god.
What?
No.
I hope
I'll
my
have
clothes
what
are on
she's
the dryer
having.
by now.
Wait, who's this guy that we're supposed to meet?
Justin has the card. Dirk McDigglestein.
I've got the Dirk McDigglestein
How do we find him?
business card.
Yeah, but how? We're gonna go to Copenhagen and then just yell, Dirk, Dirk, Dirk. And
Yeah.
Doesn't say.
On the back of the card, it says go to Copenhagen and yell Dirk, Dirk, Dirk 3 times.
Wow, Joe, you're so smart. I don't know how you do it.
It's my high logic score.
And the elf says,
It is the logic of Joe that helps.
and he like kind of like does a little bit of a bow to you.
Speaking of logic,
I like this guy.
this jet here, it's capable of going to Copenhagen, but not going to the North Pole.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very specific. It's
And he says,
specific.
You must understand that the North Pole is the true home of Santa is not on Earth. It is on the planet of Santa.
And he
Oh my
points up
God.
towards the sky.
Planet Santa. Wait.
This is news
So
to
what
me.
does the golden nutcracker do exactly?
And he kind of stands up. He says,
You have forgotten much of your history. Do you not remember after you have saved us from the evil robot Krampus Donald Trump? We told you all of this. Mind you, you were pretty heavy on the drink.
he says as he wags his finger towards you, Michael.
Well, he's probably right. I'm not going to argue that.
And he flips a picture of Chris's family over, and the glass shatters, and on the back is a whiteboard for some reason. And he pulls out a big red marker,
For some reason.
and he says,
Do not worry, I will explain to you.
he says,
In the beginning, Santa occupied here, the North Pole.
and he circles a small picture of Earth. He says,
But as the needs and demands of the world grew, he needed to become an outworldly creature.
and he draws it to a planet that is not in our solar system. It's sort of next to it. And he says,
This is the planet which we occupy. And we have been here since Donald Trump brought us home because he only cares about Earth and not any of the other planets that Santa now brings presents to.
Make Earth great again.
political commentary.
I'm going to say that was a hell of a train we took last year to the North Pole then.
Hey, you
That's
know what I
right.
just realized?
No, not
Your
last
mic
year.
is working great.
Is
Your
it?
mic's working wonderful.
Oh, fantastic. I can see
I'm
that.
already standing outside looking at this jet. Oh.
Well, he's also like, but listen, you must understand that once you get the golden nutcracker, it will allow you to travel to the speed that which you need to so that you can arrive at Planet Santa because,
and he looks down sort of sad and bummed out. And he
What's
waits
wrong?
for a hand.
What's wrong? And I
What's
put a
wrong?
hand on his.
And he looks, and
he says, I'll tell you, but I'm afraid you might lose your Christmas spirit.
Oh, don't worry about that. We can think of the golden nutcracker.
The golden nutcracker.
Tell us.
So long as you don't
Well.
lose your Christmas spirit, I will tell you.
We're not going to lose our Christmas spirit.
We
And
will
I-
never.
and I
Christmas
look-
spirit is all about being with the people you love. And your
And I look at you, Michael,
people are my friends and family, and I love them all.
Ah.
and I
Well-
look at you, Michael, and I link arms with you, and I look at you, Justin, and I link arms with you.
and he kind of looks and he's like,
I must have more arms linked before I can tell you.
And I link arms with Justin.
It's like
and
a
I run
riddle.
in and like, did I hear that we need to link arms?
and
Yes,
our
Joe,
Lincoln
link arms,
time.
quick.
And you see a glow beneath his chest like E.T. And he's like,
Oh, the Christmas spirit is so fucking good.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's
I've
so,
got
Yeah,
a
you
6.
take that spirit. You take it all.
Oh, that's so fucking hot. Just
Is
keep
it?
talking about Christmas for a second. I'm almost there.
Yo, man, I've got a
Christmas.
level 5 Christmas. Oh, that's charisma. Never mind.
Good. Oh good. Oh god.
Next
Oh,
one for you,
Christmas.
Elf.
oh, that feels good right now. Okay. All right, I can tell you I'm good. Okay, you
It
can
is a
unlink
sex
arms.
thing. All right.
and he sits on the couch and he's like all sweaty. He's like, oh fuck, that's nice.
Whoa,
The
whoa, did
Christmas
you just
spirit.
swear?
No, I mean, yeah,
Dude.
but realistically, ever since Donald Trump was defeated last year, Santa was brought home, but he's been different. He hasn't let us elves back, and I'm nervous about what it might mean for us when we do come home. Oh, God, that was so fucking good. Anyway, find the golden nutcracker, Dirk McDigglestein. He will help you find it, and then
Is that also a sex thing?
I
or-
don't. Well, it's with elves. It's a bit different than sex. It's like it's so cool. I'll explain later. But if you go find Dirk McDigglestein, and here, and he reaches into his pocket, and he pulls out the keys to the jet, and he says, "The man who's driving, he's a friend of the elves. He's been for a long time, but he's not the best driver. But he means well. Bring him with you. Let him help. He wants to help."
Hey,
Get ready to finish your drinks, folks.
and as we begin to leave, I say, hey, Elf,
Yeah.
thanks. And I
Yeah.
do like a fist, like that's
and
like
he's
slightly bumping up and down, and I nod.
And he's like, "That's fucking cool. Thanks,
Yeah, man.
guys."
And he like fades off in the background, and then he disappears like a Jedi.
He just
Oh, that's
fades
so
away.
cool.
Elves are awesome.
You walk outside now with your quest of Dirk McDigglestein and the business card in your pocket. What are you guys thinking? This is some crazy shit.
I'm fucking creeped out because that elf obviously just orgasmed without asking us for.
They get off on the Christmas
Consent.
spirit. That's not their fault.
No, it's like, we didn't agree to participate.
We linked arms, didn't we?
No, it's not. Fuck, man.
I feel so used.
I
David's like
do.
just fucking in
I just like lit up a cigarette right after.
David's part elf.
And then David, he was locking eyes with you the entire time.
We love this
He's like,
spirit.
David. So you enter, as you exit the large ship, which will transport you to Copenhagen. The smoke and sort of the gas is sort of like filling the exhaust. It's like filling the Christmas Christmas air in the winter. And you walk out and you're just sort of overcome with this sense of Christmas joy.
I feel like you guys feel Christmas joy all over your face.
Pretty much. And,
Just wiping joy
and
off.
with a loud
Ugh.
you see the door to the ship kind of drop down slowly, and through the backlit of the inside of the spaceship, you see a figure standing, and as you sort of stand there in awe, you see this face. You don't quite recognize it. It's an older man, and he smiles at you, and he says, "Hello, all. It's Carrie Elwes here. Come, I have an adventure for you." And he
Drink
sort of
up,
runs
folks.
inside, and as he
Drink.
leaves the scene, you kind of hear him giggling like, "Yeah!" And he runs towards the pilot seat.
I feel like some of you have met him before.
Yeah, Carrie.
Oh, not Carrie.
Wow, yeah.
At like the Comic-Con, right?
Hello, and he
You guys met him.
says, "I was
That's
worried
right.
you didn't get out
And
of
he's been
there.
living with
I'm
Harlan
so
on and
happy
off."
that you made it alive." And he shakes your hand, Joe, vigorously, and he shakes your hand, Justin, vigorously. And who else was in that game?
I'm pretty sure
Alex.
I died.
I was.
Alex, and he shakes your hand vigorously. There he
Yes,
is.
hello again, Carrie. Hello,
Isn't
hello.
it fantastic? I was so worried that we wouldn't see each other again, but as lo and behold would have it,
I wasn't.
I kept up with that very evil, that hobbit man. He took me to the desert, and it was very interesting. And then what happened afterwards is I met elves, because a hobbit knows elves. And then I stayed on Harlan's couch for a few weeks, and that was very fun. And now I'm here helping the elves. I'm going to drive. And he holds his hand out, expectant for the keys.
Oh, no.
What do you mean?
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Why?
Wait, why?
Have you ever driven this before?
Well, I drove it here, and you see autopilot off on the front of the fucking thing.
it's pretty easy.
It's
All
very
right.
easy.
We can, surely we can trust the Dread Pirate. Because, you know,
I am a pirate.
as you wish.
You saw that film too? It's one of my most popular. But did you know I was also in Saw?
I don't care.
I
Ugh.
was
Terrible
also the
movie.
bad guy
I
in a
think-
Morgan Freeman picture.
I think if Carrie can answer our secret Invictus questions, then he should be allowed to fly.
I think that's
Oh,
more than
yeah.
fair. And he sits down in like there's a weird like large comfy chair in the it's so out of place because everything else is very metallic and like almost like you know, it's like very meant for like dropping paratroopers and shit like that. And he sits in a very large chair that's been knocking around in the back that you can tell he dragged on. And he sits down. Okay, let's do it.
And I'm really, I'm puzzled because I don't know if I could pass the secret Invictus question.
And I just give Mike a look. I'm like, come on, just go with it. Just go with it. Carrie, what are we doing on this quest? You'd
well,
know if you had watched the most recent live stream.
I do, and I know the answer to this. We're at Comic-Con, and there's zombies, and Nathan Fillion was in it, and we were good friends, and that damned Elijah Wood was in it, and something else.
Yeah, no, well, yeah, okay.
Right,
I'll give
listen,
him
I
that.
was
What
in
do you think,
Princess
guys?
Bride, and if you don't want me driving, I understand, but I'm going to stand in the back and look useful. and he stands in the back and he starts twisting a knob. That's obviously for like a child. That's like
It's a shower. It's
it's just a shower. He turns it on.
Oh, there's like a kid's.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like one of those play things.
Oh, good. 'cause
Sensory-
I was thinking Catholic
sensory
priest
board.
with knobs meant for children. All right, let's move on.
And the cockpit is open for whoever wants to
Hey,
drive.
well, I drive standard, so I guess I could drive this.
I was
It's
gonna
a-
say David.
It's a standard space
Oh,
shuttle,
but David. Oh, yeah.
or shuttle.
Yeah, I drive super standard. So,
Oh, wow.
That's one level
Substandard?
above
Really?
standard.
Is it more fun? How do you feel driving super standard?
Yeah, what even is that?
super, not just standard. Just
Not just standard.
better than I did before. So it's like having a cup of coffee and a kale smoothie.
Is that what? Do you like
All at
snap for
once.
us to get that for you as you like sit in the front seat?
And Carrie
Sorry,
kind of says
Sam?
to the back, "Say, listen, where are we heading exactly?"
None of your damn business.
Very good, Mr. David. The elves told me not to mess with you. And he turns to Michael and he says, "Michael, where are we headed exactly?"
Well, I would love to tell you, but I don't know if it's my place to do so. Let me talk to Joe, who's logical and much smarter than me.
Right.
It looks like she's about to whisper.
We're going to Copenhagen.
Oh, yes, we're going to Copenhagen.
Oh, the cornucopian. Beautiful.
Yes, we're going to Cornucopia.
And
I'm
Alex,
Very glad he's not driving.
Alex, roll 2d20.
Okay. Rolling. 14, 18.
Add those together.
Take
Yeah.
that. Add them together?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you just tell me to roll a 40 die?
Because there's
32.
You fool. What did you get, sorry?
32.
Okay. And he says, "Oh, well, listen." And he kind of steps up to sort of get the attention of everybody. He says, "If you're going to Copenhagen, I want you to be aware.
No, it started again.
There's something." What started?
Your mic.
Oh, for
Sorry, I
real?
shouldn't have said anything.
God damn it. No,
We're
it
going
makes
to
me
Copenhagen.
all self-conscious. All right. He says, "Is it fucked up again?"
Yeah.
God damn
Yeah.
it.
It's okay.
He says,
Oh, now it's better.
it's going to be loud, I guess, or quiet. I don't even know. But he says, "If you're going to Copenhagen, you need to be aware of someone who wants the golden nutcracker. The elves told me. Listen." And he kind of looks side to side. He says, "Bert the mailman wants the golden nutcracker for himself. So
What was that, Carrie?
Bert
Bert
the
the mailman.
mailman
Wants the golden nutcracker
wants the
for
golden
himself.
nutcracker for himself. So be wary. He's around every corner, and he shadows Dirk as much as he can."
Dirk Dickelheimer.
Dirk.
Digglestein.
Digglestein.
That's the
Digglestein.
one.
Steen.
Digglestein. 'Cause
Okay.
Happy Hanukkah.
Just be wary.
Bert the mailman.
Just be
Why do
wary.
we have
that's
to
all.
be wary of a mailman named Bert?
Oh, you think he's dangerous, but trust me, he's a lot more evil than you think. He's a very scary person.
What?
My daddy's a
Somebody named Bert
mailman.
is scary?
No, you don't want to mess with him. He's... And he kind of looks around nervously and he says, "Bert the mailman is one of them. You must understand, he's one of the CIDs.
The CITs?
The people who are trying to stop Santa from coming back. I shouldn't have said anything.
Why not? If you say their name, are they going to show up?
No, well, possibly. It's a bit like Beetlejuice. But he says, listen,
CIT.
ever since you six saved Christmas last year, Donald Trump has had a very special sect of his government trying to reinstate the values that he's put forward. Bert the mailman is at the head of that operation.
Well, then he's got to be stopped.
So we have to murder him?
No, God, no.
We're talking about murder?
No, he's a very nice man. I'm just saying that he'll do anything in his power to try to stop you from taking the golden nutcracker from Dirk. Just be wary is all. He looks like a mailman. He's
Carrie?
really hard to find.
I just want to go out of my way on behalf of the Invictus stream and say Thank you. And Merry Christmas, eh? Hey, can we all agree to say Merry Christmas?
Merry Christmas, Carrie.
Merry Christmas,
Merry
eh?
Christmas.
Hey, thanks for the little heads up there on.
You know, that's actually quite sweet of you, to be honest. A lot of people don't wish me Merry Christmas as much as you'd think. You think I'm so popular being in Princess Bride.
And then I open the door and I push him out the window. Or push him out the door.
And Carrie always just begins fading and fading and fading into the night sky, and you just see a little poof in the Mojave Desert. In which
Alex, what?
Hi, Carrie.
It's Carrie Elwes, guys.
We just killed somebody. What is wrong with you guys?
Carrie is immortal.
He'll be fine.
It's
Nice
Carrie
guy.
Elwes.
Yeah, Carrie is
He's
immortal.
fine. He's fine. So we have to watch out for this mailman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mike, I know what you're thinking.
That every man is male.
Well, that's not true. Not actually. Not actually true.
A male mailman named Bert.
Which
Who's
comes
the other guy?
Which comes from that movie.
No. But who's the other guy that we're actually looking
Bert.
for?
'Cause that's
Dirk.
who they're
His name is
named
Dirk Digglestein.
So we have to stand in the middle of Copenhagen
Yes.
and yell "Dirk, Dirk, Dirk."
Yep.
Durka.
Not
Dirk,
that.
Dirk.
Well,
That might
Won't
work.
attract attention of people we don't want to attract.
Yeah.
Or maybe we do.
That's right, David. Actually, if we yell "Dirk, Dirk, Dirk," then maybe this Bert, which sounds like Dirk.
Bert.
Unless another one of us stands at the other end of town in another similar looking square and yells Bert, Bert, Bert.
Oh.
What if we all go to different squares and yell Dirk, 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 and that way it confuses Bert?
We should not split the party.
Yeah. And I will say Frank.
David
As
will
you're-
just go and
As
have a
you're all
coffee.
talking, some of the lights in the cockpit go red and it starts spinning around. It goes targeting systems activated. We have been targeted by an enemy vessel.
I go to the gunnery bay.
What?
Yeah, I run to the gunnery bay.
The gunnery bay, okay.
I'm proficient in heavy artillery.
Okay, I will actually follow her because I am a basic tank trained crewman.
Great.
Okay, so you run to the gunnery bay, and you slip into the guns down there, and you adjust. You put on your seatbelt and everything. And David, the turbulence is wild, and you don't know what's going on.
Whoa, this turbulence is wild!
And all of a sudden, you see it. It lands right on the windshield. A snowflake with a face.
Oh no, elf shoes!
You think it's an evil snowflake, but then you see it's the face
Testing.
Nicolas Cage. And then another snowflake lands on the windshield, and it starts covering the windshield, and they're all Nicolas Cages from different movies.
Wait, aren't they all the same?
One of them has really long hair, but he's making the same face as the guy who actually looks like John Travolta. Then there's another guy who is just shouting, "Oh, the bees, the bees!"
Oh my gosh, guys!
The bees. One of them is just shouting, "The bees, the bees!"
We're trapped in a snow cage, guys.
And you're right over the Atlantic Ocean, 500,000 centimeters above sea level.
We judge everything on centimeters in Canada. It doesn't even matter that there's different units of measurement.
So Nicolas Cage is stuck to the windshield of this aircraft?
There's a million Nicolas Cage
It's like,
snowflakes.
you know in World War Z when like all the zombies are like climbing over everything? That's exactly what this is. Does my mic sound better, by the way?
It sounds a little better, yeah.
Getting there.
Okay, we're gonna try.
Whatever you did worked.
Whatever I did worked. Perfect. Then all the Nicolas Cages are now jumping out of the gunnery ship, and they're climbing over your ship, and they're like pulling machine parts out. And Joe, you're like shooting nonstop. Like, give me a dexterity roll, Joe.
You want to give me a what?
A dexterity roll.
Oh, I want to give you a dexterity roll.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm pretty dexterous. I hit it exactly with a 4.
Perfect. So you guys are all sitting around doing jack shit as Joe's in the gunnery bay, being like, and Nicolas Cages are just like flying out and like shooting, and like you see a Nicolas Cage with the long hair of Con Air just get like shot in the face, and the one from 8mm shot in the face, and the one who's like,
I picture this as being like that scene from Attack of the Clones.
Hey, look, Justin.
Hey! Justin, how the hell did you do that? He's like, holy shit. In the
Oh, okay, you're doing your own
play? He's not going to play?
Hey, good stuff.
It's a weird game. I'll tell you about it after.
Okay,
God.
okay.
It's fucking.
Oh, man.
Anyway, that's my buddy Justin. I'll tell you guys about that later. It's real cool. Anyway, so you're just fucking firing at all these Nicolas Cages, and they're flying off, and eventually the last Nicolas Cage is like holding on, and it's the Nicolas Cage from Captain Corelli's Mandolin with the terrible Italian accent. And he doesn't actually want violence. He sort of swings in. He's like, "Hello, it's me, Nicolas Cage. Can you please help me?" And Joe doesn't even hesitate. She fires once inside the cockpit, right next to David. And David, you're splashed with Nicolas Cage blood. And Nicolas Cage goes flying out next to where Carrie Ellis would have fallen had you.
Fuck you, Nick Cage!
And Nick Cage falls with a whoomp. And you're
And I just know that's what you get for stealing that baby.
right. You did steal a baby, I guess. And you slowly, after a few more minutes, it's only because this is like really fast, you land in Copenhagen. And it's nighttime. You land right in the city square of Copenhagen. And there's the cobblestone streets, and the wintry tipped roofs of all the houses make you feel.
Oh, and it's snowing, isn't it?
Beautiful. It's gorgeous.
But it's not Nick Cage.
No, and you pour out and of the thing, and you hear a crackling from inside the cockpit. And there's a walkie-talkie stuck to the dashboard. That's right. That's what it sounds like.
I pick it up. Hello.
Hello, this is Lionel. Did you arrive in Copenhagen?
Lionel, we did. This is the brave Alex here. I pushed Carrie Elwes out, and we shot a bunch of Nicolas Cage flakes.
Well done. Listen, I need to tell you something. You have a contact in Copenhagen that's going to help you find Dirk and be safe.
Okay, go for contact.
David or whoever can roll 2d20. Whoever hasn't rolled yet.
Very into safety, Lionel. Very pro safety.
You're pro into safety.
You asked me to roll 2d20 earlier. Sorry, do 2d6 earlier, and then
whoever wants to do 2d20.
Just ignored them.
I'm so sorry, David. 2d20 from you, David.
He has to make you feel included, David.
And I will.
I got a 15 and a 3.
So 18.
18. Is that how? Yeah, that's what it equals.
Oh shit!
Can you hear that?
So yeah.
In the background?
Yeah. So okay. So he says
it's the engine's overheating.
We have a gift. We have a contact there on the ground in Copenhagen that will help you find Dirk. He should be arriving at your site any minute. It is actor Sean Bean.
And you hear a click, and then he leans and he says, "Hello, I'm Sean Bean. Let's go find Dirk." And
Sean
Bean! Please don't die soon.
It's all right. Listen, I've been spending a lot of time in Copenhagen. I know the ins and outs, and I know you're looking for Dirk, and I know exactly where he might be. Now, it's a little dangerous. There's flying things that will kill you in an instant, but I think we'll be all right.
Sean.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be overprotective of Mr. Sean Bean because so many times I've been compared to the Sean Bean. I've been called the Sean Bean of the Invictus group.
So. What are you doing later, by the way, Sean?
Well, I'm doing a lot of things later, but maybe we can have a drink or something. But first, let's get you to Dirk. It's gonna be fine. And,
all right. And
I didn't mention, but there's like helicopter rotary above what you're flying, and he kind of stands up, and his head goes like really dangerously close to it.
No.
I pull him down. I grab the back of his neck and pull him down.
Sorry, and like his hair is shaved at the top. He's like, sorry, it's all right. All right, let's go. Now, there's 2 ways we can get to Dirk. There's the super danger alley, and there's like arrows flying either. You just see them like, and he's like, and there's the boring way. but I think we can make the super danger alley no problem. And he begins walking towards it full speed.
I feel like, and I'll grab him by just the shoulder and be like, I feel like we'll take the boring way, Mr.
Well,
Sean.
all right, but that's up to you guys, because
You don't want to Boromir this one, okay?
listen, guys, I understand that you think I die a lot in films, but that's just films. In real life, I'm invincible. And as he says that, he punches his chest a little bit. And he goes,
Say all that over again, Harlan.
I'm invincible. Did my mic cut out?
Well, just whenever we talk on top of you, your mic totally cuts.
God damn it. I hate this setup. But he punches himself. He says, but I'm Sean Bean. I'm invincible. I understand I die a lot in movies, but not here. And as he punches himself, you can see a little blood drawing. So, I had something.
Sean. Easy does it.
I had something
just
sharp
be
in
very
my
careful
pocket,
with that
and he
body
pulls
right
out,
now.
He's got a big
Okay,
blade in his
on
pocket.
on the ship that we just came, is there like a first aid kit? Because if there is, I'm grabbing it.
Yeah, there's a first aid kit. Yeah.
All right, I'm totally taking that with us.
Don't worry about it, guys. It's going to be fine. And if anyone comes and tries to stop us, and he pulls out scissors, and he's like, I can stop them, and he starts running.
Oh, no!
And he stops. He's like, what's wrong?
Please don't run with scissors.
Oh, guys, you need to live on the edge a little bit. Running with scissors is the way to feel alive.
I'm
And
very excited about safety.
it's all right. And he's like, and you realize for the first time that he's been holding a bottle of vodka in his hand, and it's almost empty. I started this tonight, and I feel perfectly fine. And he keeps drinking. It's gonna be all right. Everything's gonna be fine. And he starts walking drunkenly towards Danger Alley, with all the arrows flying side by side.
Maybe this guy's a lost cause.
I feel like for our own mental health, we have to just let things happen the way they happen.
Let him die.
I want to have sex with Sean Bean.
Who doesn't really?
Me too. And I follow Sean and I say, Sean, wait up, Fallak. Remember that movie?
I do, yeah.
We'll drink that bottle of vodka together,
Good reference.
just like the Russians in that movie, eh?
And he starts walking through this safe alleyway and sort of begrudging, and he's like, oh, all right. And he stops out front of a pub that says Tom's Pub. It's not a very clever name in Copenhagen. And he says, now in here is where Dirk lives.
No,
he
it
lives.
is a clever name in Copenhagen.
Yeah.
What was that, Sean?
Oh, yeah, that's his Tom's
Pub.
Pub. Yeah, Tom's Pub,
Tom's
eh?
Pub in Copenhagen. And he says, listen, in the back here you'll find Dirk. Now Dirk is a bit of a card shark. He's going to want to swindle you, but he'll give you what you need. He'll give you the nutcracker, and at least he'll tell you where it is. He might even be the one who stole it from your friend Chris Viseau. Believe me, Lionel tells me everything that's important. So, you go back there. You talk to
speak
Dirk.
to Lionel?
Yes.
How do you know Lionel?
Me and him go way back.
Joe's infatuated.
Let me just tell you, he's big in the Christmas spirit, and I quite like giving him the Christmas spirit, if you know what I mean. Now, everything's going to be all right. You just go in the back there and you speak to Dirk. And I'm going to use the loo, he says, as he goes to the bathroom. Justin,
Do
you GM
you
for the
need
next
an
part.
accompaniment?
And he says, no, that's all right. Thank you. That's kind of you, though. I can hold my own wee-wee. And you find yourselves standing in a bar, and it's pretty quiet. People are sitting with their legs crossed at tall tables, and all of them seem to be wearing sports jackets with patches on the elbows. And they're nodding. Some of them have glasses, and they're nodding. And one person says one thing, and the other person nods. And then he says something, and the other person nods. And there looks to be a bunch of books on the walls as well.
Huh. I look. Are we all standing in the room together here, Justin?
Yes, we are.
So I look over at you, and I look over at David, and it seems that Michael, Joe, and
Formerly
Sean.
Justin.
Sean Bean.
Sean.
They've all gone to the washroom, and I say, well, we've got to find a really clever way to start asking who Dirk is without giving it away. Maybe we should break into Christmas carols. Like,
I don't know.
we wish you a Dirkin Christmas. We wish you a Dirky Christmas. We wish you would come and speak to us, Dirk. We are here to look for you.
And from the back, you hear a... and you see a finger...
I think we found our Dirk.
And you see a finger wave you over to a table, and there's a set of cards dealt in front of a man who looks... He's a bit squat. He's balding. He's got... he's almost completely hairless. And
You're not at all what I thought you'd
and
be.
he points to the empty chair across from him, and he doesn't say anything.
We all sit in the one empty chair.
Shuffling.
At least three of us.
We all Santa's lap each other.
And
Yeah.
Sean Bean enters after, and he gets a booth in the corner, and he asks for another bottle of vodka.
I go sit with Sean Bean.
And he's like, "How you doing? We'll role play our scenario later." And he said, and then the guy kind of motions to you, and he waits for you to speak. This is the gentleman who asked you to sit across from him.
Dirk Diggle Steen. How you doing?
And he looks around.
There are 3 wise men. What do each of them bring?
Very philosophical this part. Philosophical.
Okay.
I can go for a philosophical
Oh,
myself.
David speaking. Everyone shut up.
Oh, thanks. I'm gonna say number 1, gold.
I'm gonna say number 2, myrrh.
And I'm gonna say, what? Wait, what's the third one?
Yeah, you're
What's
being a
the
wise guy.
Third one.
Eh?
No, I don't remember what the third one. Oh,
What are
man.
we talking about? What
I
are
should have stayed in class with
gold,
my
frankincense,
teacher's
and
name.
myrrh?
Frank.
What we're looking for?
Oh, and he was in a stein. Frank, a little Frankenstein. Oh, he made a lot of sense. Frankincense. He made, but I can't remember the name of that.
Oh, yeah, frankincense.
Frankincense. My professor, he told me what it was.
And we hear Michael and Joe say this over and over again in the background as
Frankenstein!
they're coming from the washroom.
Gold, myrrh.
Gold.
And as you say frankincense, he goes, and this short, squatting, bald man reaches back and knocks on it and goes,
He's gonna give us a baby.
he goes,
What? I'm not ready for this.
he goes, he knocks like this. Da, 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 da.
I'm not ready to be a father again.
Da, da, da.
And the door opens from behind him,
Da, 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 da,
and
da,
it reveals a back room,
da.
dimly lit. But rather than anything in the back room, you actually see a man at the table sitting next to him who looks suave with an eyebrow up. He goes, "All right, you're looking for Dirk, and I'm Dirk." And he stands up. He walks over and he says, "Follow me into the back." And he walks into the back.
I stand up with enthusiasm, thinking to myself, this is the Dirk I was expecting, not the small, short, bald man. And no offense to any short, bald men out there, because we all know you have your own sector of
And he's just like,
cuteness.
Yeah,
But
yeah, we
Dirk,
do.
Dirk Diggerstein is not what I expected to have be a small, short, bald man.
and he leans in the bar in the back, and he turns around, and he's wearing this like white tuxedo almost. He kind of turns towards you, says, "You found Dirk Digglestein, and I'm here for you. What can I help you with?" And he walks behind the bar and he gets 6 glasses in like one move, and he starts pouring martinis for each of you.
Dirk, we're looking for the golden nut.
Okay, hang on. Where are we? I went pee. I'm missing everything. I feel like following Discord, I need to make sure that Joe and Sean have their moment.
You're in the
They're
back
very
room
happy,
of Tom's
and we're figuring
bar
Nick
in
Digglestein.
Copenhagen.
And I'm a little drunk, so I go, hey, Joe,
Is that
Sean
right?
Penn, get over here.
No, give them their time.
I
Let
have
them be
my
happy.
tongue in his mouth.
Okay, and let's roll
Sean
for that
Penn.
later. So it doesn't get weird.
Wait a minute. Are you smoking inside? You son of a...
And
I grab the bottle from Dirk.
And Dirk says, "You can help yourself to the bottle all you want, but the truth is, the real mix is in these." And he hands each to you, and he says, "This is my special martini, a Christmas one, in fact. A little bit of peppermint schnapps, laced in with a bit of gin, vermouth,
And a
one
bit
pint
of
olive.
poison?
No, of course not. And he takes a long sip of his.
I didn't really like the way you said laced.
Well, you know, you've got to be clever in Copenhagen. It's
Well,
illegal
there's
to
only
drink.
way to find out if it's poisoned. Gentlemen?
Hand it to David.
Drink.
Bottoms up.
Drink the whole thing.
Does everybody drink?
Let's see if it's poison.
Everybody
Oh.
finishes
And
the
to
drinks.
everybody out there
Everybody
who
finishes the
joins us
drinks.
this
Everyone,
evening.
let's
Everybody.
see if this is poison.
Bottoms up, everyone.
Maybe
Oh,
Sean
yeah.
maybe
That's
Sean
poison.
Penn's mouth is laced in poison.
Sean Bean, you mean?
Zombie.
Yeah, but at least she'll die happy. And that's all we need.
Hey.
Sean.
She'll die doing what she loved, and that's, you know.
And,
Make
Sean. Wait, Sean Aston?
Sean
There's any Sean.
Potatoes, boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. Potatoes.
There's any Sean.
I'll carry you all the way, Mr. Frodo.
Sean
Is
Matumber.
it Bean Foul Sean?
And he and Dirk puts down the drink that's empty, and he says,
What are you saying? Sorry.
and Dirk puts down the drink that's empty, and he says, I'll tell. He's
I
supposed to be
seriously have no
Australian.
idea of what's going on right now.
Every
minute.
time you talk over Harlan, he has to begin again.
I got a good one though. I got a good one. Before you begin, Harlan, I look over to Joe and I say, "So you're into Mr. Bean, eh?" And then at the end of the bar, it's like,
Hello. Hello.
I stopped listening to Sean Bean for just a minute and I go,
And he looks over to you, and he kind of goes, "I think we could make it work." And he looks
Rowan Atkinson,
and he does a little
break up.
is this like Black Adder, Rowan Atkinson?
Oh man, that would be a lot better. Then he would just speak normally.
Mr. Bean.
Rowan Atkinson.
No,
it's
gotta be
proper
Mr. Bean. It's gotta be
Sorry.
Mr. Bean with a bunch of
where he
I don't
properly
know,
walks over
oysters.
the bar and he's
Liver.
like, and he
Yeah,
kind of does a little
oysters.
dance like.
All right.
With a turkey. Oh, Mr. Bean with a turkey.
Oh, Christmas Mr. Bean. Perfect.
So good.
Segue.
So good. Anyway,
Segue with that.
and Dirk finishes his drink and puts it down and he says, "All right, you're looking for the nutcracker that made of gold. I think I can help you. What do you want it for, though? That's the truth. I stole it, good and fair, from a man who stole it from another man, So, what do you want it for?"
Well, we have to get it back.
We need to go to Santa Claus on another solar system.
And I'm British now because
Another solar
that's
system,
what
eh?
happened when I drank that.
It's a bit interesting when you tell it
Alpha
like that.
Centauri, likely.
Oh. Listen. And he turns to a picture of him as a child. When I was a young boy in Australia, I believed in Santa Claus. Every Christmas I waited by the fireplace, waiting for him to leave me a little bike with 2 wheels on the back and 1 on the front. They call it tricycle down in Australia. Not sure what they call it everywhere else in the world. And he starts touching the picture. I wanted it more than anything in the world. Every night I would write a letter to Santa. We didn't have a mailbox. I had to walk 50 miles to find the nearest one, but I did it every day.
Don't care. I'd still fucking beat him to death to get to Chris. I
I'm
would
giving
beat
it to
him
you.
to fucking death.
So
to
you
get to
punch
Chris.
As soon as he
Dirk in
says,
the back of the head.
bicycle, Michael like lunges forward and I grab him. Alex and I grab him.
I would fucking
Jesus Christ.
beat him to death to get to
Oh,
Chris.
God.
There's
And
no
you throw him on the
question
bar
about
and it
that.
smashes the glasses everywhere. Pieces of glass in his face bleeding, and he's like, "Oh God, I just wanted to tell you his loving story about how I
I
love
don't
Santa
fucking
so
care.
much."
Michael!
I fucking beat him to death.
And you
to get
beat
to
him,
Chris.
and his teeth are
Everybody
getting
says
shoved
true
into his
colors
face
come out.
as you beat him over and over. His teeth and just the blood and and through his last breath, as he like spurts blood through you. I was giving it to you. It's just over there, and he points, and there's like a golden nutcracker like an inch away from him. Take it. He's more than happy. I want to help. That was sort
Okay,
of my
thank
story.
you.
Good job,
And then I
Michael.
would use the first aid kit to help heal him.
Fantastic job. Way to go. We got it.
And you walk out, and Michael walks out with a weirdly terrible like pride. Blood on his knuckles, pieces of teeth in his coat. He's like, "Ha! And
Okay,
Mycl
Alan.
Bean is like, I sense someone died around here. I'm used to that.
I feel like the Nutcracker's watching us from the corner. He's like,
Just doing this.
Oh god, that's creepy.
it's like watching us kill each other.
It's judging you. It's all about the Nutcracker and how it judges you. And you begin walking back to the spaceship, and Sean Bean is like outside, like, all right, it's nice seeing you. And he begins heading off into the distance, and you see like spinning blades in the alley he's about to go through. He's like, don't worry,
Call me!
I'm gonna be all right. I'll call you when I get home. And he begins walking down a darkened alley, never to be seen again. But he whistles in the darkness a Christmas tune of some sort. And
in the bleak midwinter. It's
what
a good
the
one.
fuck? Who?
He whistles Good King Wenceslas.
And he just kind of fades off in the night. And you guys make it back to the ship with the golden Nutcracker. And as you look on it, you see there's something about it that just oozes sort of a presence. Something about it feels magical and powerful. And Lionel crackles through on the walking. He says, did you get the Nutcracker?
We got it, Lionel.
Yeah.
We got it.
Keep it in your pants, though, Lionel.
Santa's gonna be fucking sorry for this.
So what do we do? Do we go to the North Pole now, or do we fly back to you, get you, then go to the North Pole? Do we have to
No.
pick up the rest of the elves?
I have
Okay.
our contact at the agency, the Santa agency, the secret alliance of no Trump anymore. Santa.
Secret.
I know at this point I would probably go find a corner and sit and meditate for a while because I feel so bad about
Just to
having
sober
beat
up?
someone to death.
Just to sober up. That too. And he says,
It's gonna be all right. We have the leader of Santa coming out to visit you, and it will be a good.
God, I can't do any of these accents. I
The
don't
leader
know.
of Santa.
You're doing really good with Sean Bean.
Sean Bean's okay, but I can't do. Okay, we'll try this. And hold on, let me just think of him for a second. Okay, and he says, just drive to the next city over. And you lift off and you kind of drive over, and you're all nervous about the leader of Santa. Who could this be? That's the in charge of all this stuff. And as you land and the door drops, you see him standing there. No, I can't fucking do it. I can't even think of how he would sound.
Oh, he was talking like this.
No,
It's
not
you.
And-
Why don't we do this? Why don't we do this? And we all open our eyes. We see the man standing there. We all go, it's you.
And he goes, ha 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 ha. I'm Jeff Goldblum.
That's what we're gonna go to the mid-game post.
We're going to mid-game post. How do you do that? You either do it or you don't.
I can't do it.
I can't either. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll spend the mid-game post trying to figure it out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the
fucking
mid-game
love
post.
Jeff Goldblum.
This is the part of the show where we stop the action and we
Always
jump
sound
to
like
the
one.
Oh,
it's the
oh,
Facebook
yeah,
group.
yeah.
Sorry, what?
And we asked you guys a question of epic proportions, and the first person to answer it right probably wins something. At the very least, you just entertain us, and it'll be a lot of fun. So go to the Facebook group right now. I'm going to ask a question for the mid-game post. What is your favorite Sean
color?
Bean death? Question mark.
Yeah.
So
Color.
yeah, no, that's it.
Wait, how is that like?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter, does it? Does it really matter? Doesn't matter. So you tell us your favorite Sean Bean death.
Anybody can win this, really.
It's Christmas.
It's Christmas.
I'm gonna respond to this.
Me too.
Well, I would like to throw out there that being as known as the Sean Bean of the group, feel free to throw in, my deaths.
No, you only died twice.
I really like.
I don't even know why I get referred to as the Sean Bean of the group. Makes me sad.
I don't know what else. I'm trying to think.
I'm just gonna sit here and be sad now.
Aww.
I really like his death in Love Actually.
Not only is he not in that, he doesn't die.
He dies in Love Actually.
Well, it's like death
The
in
director's cut,
Shakespearean
It's
sense.
the extended edition.
Yeah.
It was an entire love story with Sean Bean.
I'm so drunk, I don't even remember what it's called. I just put 007. I guess 006 is actually right.
Gold.
006.
Honestly, I think I might have to just spend the rest of the game meditating while I go pass out somewhere.
Hey, is it?
Don't pass out. Pass out.
007 or 007?
I think it's 007 because
But
it's
00,
but
00 would be the letter
007.
O.
But they call it.
Go by the
007.
Nintendo game.
Yeah, but
007?
what's
007.
007.
Yeah, you don't write 007.
Right. If I said, "Yo, draw an O, a double O," wouldn't you be like, "Oh, right?"
Well,
Wait, you're saying?
maybe the O's in 007 are O's. Maybe we've been wrong this whole time.
You would write 007 like this?
Ba-da-ba-da-da.
No, you got to throw it OH to make it Canadian.
Oh, right.
Oh,
007?
007.
Sometimes it does look like an O.
A couple of double A's?
Double A's.
I don't know how
Those are
else would you
important
say
for my
it.
toys.
Oh, you're some good Canadian lumberjack spies, eh?
Oh, yay.
It's true, eh?
I had this total cedar tree that was the wrong way. So I had
Exhibit A, double O's, not necessarily
it
zeros.
was like a big
These
redwood, eh?
here,
Paul.
also
okay, Paul
O's.
didn't answer. All right.
You
Good.
could totally
Clearly
drive
O's.
Look at all
through
these
this
answers.
redwood.
You guys,
is
I'm
great.
gonna get a drink. You figure out which ones. I don't care.
When he gets trampled by the cows in the field.
When does that happen? I think that's my favorite too.
The point is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I said when he gets pushed out of Santa's sleigh. Harlan just writes 007.
Oh.
eaten by a reindeer.
And then he wrote 006.
Avatar. He was in Avatar.
Wait, who's in Avatar?
Goldeneye.
No.
One does not
Titanic. He was probably an extra on Titanic.
Oh
We should have done a
yes.
meme. We should have done a meme. One does not simply say which death is the best.
One does not simply.
One does not simply decide
Sean
which
Bean.
Sean Bean death is the best.
One does not simply die for the sake of the movie. One simply
Dies for the sake of the movie.
I suppose, yes.
One does not simply die. One does not simply
He's a legend. Sean Bean is a meme legend.
He really is.
There should be a hall of meme.
Hey Harlan,
What's it,
one
baby?
does not simply just pick the best Sean Bean death.
That's true. It has to be fate organized.
Fate. Okay, so let's roll some fudge dice.
Who's
Whoa.
worst in who's
That makes me
worst
think of
Steiner is
poop.
this? Because this
What
is
does it
not
say?
mine. Someone bring this. It's one of you.
I bring it. I don't know if I bring it.
Someone did.
I don't,
Oh, wait.
If I bring it, I would have drank it.
Is that yours?
Not
David?
me.
Wait, Sean Bean, he was in a movie called The
I
Field.
thought David was going to be like, oh, I want that
I
beer.
brought that beer. Yeah.
Harlan, if you just remove the arst, then you'd be drinking wiener.
And then you'd have an arse also.
MVP.
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 To Wiener?
Okay, can I do a quick Invictus stream
You do
blood
that.
alcohol level right now?
Yes.
Yep.
Test.
Yes.
Alex, how drunk are you?
Probably a 4 out of 10.
We're doing out of 10. David, how you doing, buddy?
3.5.
Okay. not bad.
4-ish.
So imprecise test, let's be honest. Harlan?
I'm gonna say 5, and then come back to me.
Okay. Justin, how you doing?
I'm gonna go with 3.
Michael?
I'd like to plead the 5th on this. Is that what it is? Plead 5th? I think that's what it is.
That's the way.
So like an 8?
I don't drink very often because I'm not very good at it. So,
You're the
I'm gonna
best,
say
Michael.
yes.
You're the best at everything, man.
I'm not good at drinking.
You're
I
good at
really am
drinking. You're good at drinking. You're good at running. You're good at karates.
Oh, he's good at karate.
At
Good at
everything.
making arts and crafts.
I've
Arts
seen him
not.
try.
Oh,
Uh,
thank you.
Let me just say that you are all in for a real treat with this calendar that's coming out.
Oh,
shit.
And just you
I gotta
wait.
tell you, there is
Let's
this
show
like
them.
incredible picture of Joe that I hope we use, where she's like doing the little dance.
Oh yeah, the dancing.
That is
yes.
like,
And if you like,
such a
if you
great
like
picture.
flick
All the
back and forth
frills.
from those pictures, it looks like she's actually dead.
That's how I do it.
I'm sitting at about a 5 at this point.
I was just about to ask.
I've had about let's go with half a bottle of wine
Woo,
and
check it out.
a ton of Baileys.
What the fuck?
Isn't that good?
I'm totally going to go pee right now. But,
That's-
well, not right this second. I'll go to the washroom.
Just
Do it now.
right now.
You get like
How
a
are
little
you-
That's
right now.
fantastic.
It's like
you
a
said to
5
check
second.
back in with you. How are you doing now?
Oh, hold on. Give me another second.
And what did I
Okay.
say last time?
Oh, Harlan's catching
you,
up.
you said 4.
Now I'm moving up to a 5.
Okay,
I can feel it.
that sounds good.
Okay, 5.5.
Come on up,
Move on.
baby.
For the record, I opened that
I can
when you asked me the
feel
first time.
Drink affecting my inebriation.
Look at my beautiful wife.
Oh,
She's
no.
finally
Hey,
coming to
Karma.
say hi to everybody.
Hey, Karma. Hey, Karma.
Hi.
How you
Hi.
doing? I haven't seen you in a long time.
And you're wearing green and red. You guys are Christmas colored.
They can
You
all
guys
see
are-
you.
How's the baby, Liam?
They can hear you too.
Oh, they can.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hi, everybody.
What you got?
and,
What you
like,
got there?
all
Is that some
the-
sort of? What are you working on? Is that a project you got going on?
People.
Oh, Karma?
Yeah. What you
She
got in
can't-
your hands there?
It's a
toy.
baby thingy. It's a walker stroller thingy.
A walker stroller
She's
thing.
going to wrap it. He was playing with it, but we figure, yeah, he's too young. He doesn't know.
He doesn't know
She's
the
gonna
fucking
give it
difference.
to him.
Yo, it's a rapper stroller. Let me hold her. Let me go bring my baby caller. Gonna
It's
put
got
my
2
baby-
sizes, 1 to walk, 1 to sit, and 1 to talk. Put the things in it and spin them round. Can't go
Yeah.
wrong when you're sitting on the ground.
I got my toy. Gonna wrap it up, and yo, I'm gonna
Suck
rap and
your
say
butt.
sup.
Whoa.
And then we're gonna make that thing go down. Gonna put it up and he can walk around.
Oh.
Walk
around.
Sniggity snap, yo.
Michael and Brianna would like to see Michael do some more karate demonstrations,
Oh, he's
and
too
Michael
drunk.
is
He's gonna
not.
fuck himself up.
I really don't feel like that's a good.
See?
This is a good time. For that.
I just have to say, Zia, we appreciate you too. She says she's not even drunk. She can't smell at all.
Appreciate you,
I can't
babe.
get my finger into this glove. I'm disappointed.
Fingers.
All right.
Michael, we see the outfit behind you on your door.
It's okay. So I totally like for feng shui. I reorganize this room so I have room to do like jump spin kicks and shit.
Wow.
But
I did that
that's-
too for
that's
End of
not-
the World.
That's not a real thing right now.
Everybody raise their hand who's surprised.
Someone record that. Someone just like put that into a GIF, and then make that a thing that he's gonna make spin jumps a
Okay.
thing.
Raise your
try,
hand, who's
I will, I'll try one.
The fuck?
Right now.
I don't know what I
What are you
do.
saying, boy?
But I'm gonna say
What you
also
call
that,
me?
like,
What you
It-
when
call
you're
me?
asking for the drunk level,
Um,
I am at like an 8 because I've never stumbled going pee before.
I'm gonna give it to Sean Hurley because I don't know who the fuck that is, and
Just
I'm
give
happy
it
that
to
they
Eddie, Sean.
answered.
You've
Anybody
never
named
stumbled
Sean?
going pee before, Michael?
Good job, Sean. I'm gonna love your comment, buddy.
Sean Lacumber.
Yeah, because everybody
Michael's
else
just
I
gonna
know.
do some room rewrite.
Oh, he's doing it. He's doing it.
Oh shit. He's
Oh,
gonna
no.
do it. This is
Lock the
this is
camera.
how
Lock
Michael
the
died.
camera.
Yo, get that Matrix music playing in your head.
Wait, let me find it.
Wait,
Wait,
Michael,
wait, wait, Michael, wait!
Oh shit.
Yeah.
God.
Do you have the camera on him, Harlan?
That's what I said. Lock the camera.
I
Lock
do.
the camera.
I
Lock the
did.
camera, yo.
We missed
Do
it.
one more, Mike. Do
Oh,
one
Mike.
more.
Oh.
One more.
So much better
Do it
than I
again
could do.
quickly. It's gonna be good.
Yes,
I
do
promise.
one more. Do one more.
One day
Okay.
we gotta like see Michael do it, and then we all have to do it.
Harlan,
See? That's fair.
Michael, one more, go. I got you. Don't
Okay,
worry.
so you want
You do
me
it,
to
I'll do it.
one or you want me to try like a different
Whatever.
do
one?
it right now. Doesn't matter which one.
Doesn't matter. The best.
You do one, I'll do one.
I would do it, but I'm not.
Is it called
Camera's
Club to
locked on
Death?
Mike. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right.
And he kept his vow.
That wasn't the song I wanted.
And
Damn it.
because he promised.
What's that one
and
from
because
Matrix that
And
goes?
he didn't die.
I'm gonna do
Can't- Oh, that's no good. Okay,
So-
Alex is gonna do it
Alex
now.
is gonna do it.
Alex,
Nice.
before you do it, Alex, what's that
When
song
I was
called?
when I was much younger
Wait,
and in
Alex,
better
wait.
shape.
Alex, wait.
I can't hear you.
Damn it, what's that song called?
right?
Wait, do it again. Alex, do it again. 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 I got the song.
Michael.
Alex, do it again. Do it again.
Okay.
This is good.
Oh, now I really have to do good. Hold on.
Here we go. Now it's gonna be good. Here we go.
It's still not on you.
It's on.
It is for me.
It's not for me.
It's for the stream. It's for the stream. Intimidating.
I had
feel like that was embarrassing.
Alex,
Great job, Alex.
I feel like that was embarrassing.
I had that
And-
propeller head from Matrix. The from the lobby fight scene.
I feel like I'm gonna be watching this tomorrow at work and shaking my head and going, Alex.
So,
Isn't that how you do
like,
all of our streams?
As a serious thing, I used to make money to drink at bars by doing standing backflips and
Oh.
betting people that I could start on a line and finish like the backflip on
Such
a
a
line.
good song.
And the last time I tried that, I almost broke my neck. So
Oh.
I stopped.
All right,
I
Joe,
used to be good,
you're
but
next,
no.
Joe. I got the
40
song going.
pounds
Go.
later.
Me?
All right, Joe,
Yeah,
let's
they want
do
you
your
to go.
spinning.
You're up.
Jump spinning.
Go.
I don't know.
Hurry up.
God damn it.
I got you a round of applause too. You're fantastic.
I'm literally in a doorway.
It's okay. I'm gonna do it too.
Wait. Yes. Yes, it's gonna take us to 11 o'clock. We're gonna do this until 11.
Non-stop playing in the background. There. Now it's stopped. What are we doing?
Okay.
Right. End of the world.
We have to say who won the thing. Did we do that?
I did. It was the guy I don't know.
I got very distracted
Sean?
for
What's his
some
name?
reason.
I need his name so I can write it down.
Okay.
And,
It was Sean
pardon
Hurley.
me. Sean Curley?
Hurley.
Woo! Also, can
Oh.
we please get some appreciation from the community for Justin taking care of XP since like September?
Yeah.
It's
Sure.
it's 3
Thanks.
weeks behind everybody.
Since like Inception.
But also, can I
Only
also
3
give a huge
weeks.
shout out to Aisha and Bob Lyle, who have just given Sean Hurley a free copy of Kong Skull Island.
Hell yeah!
What? Sean Hurley.
So Sean Hurley, you won.
And there's another movie up for grabs, right?
There is.
Yeah, Logan
Yeah, Logan, which is actually
for
really
an
good.
end
Yeah.
game ending.
It's really
So make sure you are putting your suggestions into that Discord for the end game post because
That's right.
we are watching.
good. That's right. I think you guys should check it out. I think it's really, really cool. It's going to be really exciting too. And you know what, Logan is a good movie. And I haven't seen
like
Kong
Logan.
Skull Island, so I'm a bit jealous that you won that, buddy.
I gotta pee.
You go pee, buddy. Go downstairs.
I
Go
gotta
down here.
pee.
So someone was asking me about Drunken Monkey style, and I actually, when I was 16, I actually learned a monkey form. I learned two. I did like one with like without a staff and one
Does
with
that
a
mean
staff.
that you can turn into a monkey?
No, but honestly, my first lesson was making like the monkey face where you go.
Dude, don't even
No, like-
make you. Don't
and
even
you
make
do,
me.
like monkey picks flowers, which actually ends up being like a throw. It's kind of
Don't
cool.
even make me
Kinda
show
like
you true monkey form.
front roll over and like bust the guy's shoulder while you do it.
Show us
Kinda
true
fun.
monkey form, Alex.
All right, I'm doing it.
Do it.
Here we go. True monkey form.
Oh, this is very good.
This is very
Already?
good TV. This is good. I'm excited.
I like orangutan.
True monkey form. Boom. Boom.
True. True.
Boom, right here.
Look at that foot.
True monkey form.
Was that where you were at? Was that your that's your true monkey form? How did you feel? Oh yeah.
It's monkey with an elephant man problem.
There are some spines and.
Sorry, Mike. I didn't mean to take away from your
Oh,
actual
it's
monkey
good.
form.
It's all good. I don't fucking like
So
whatever.
so basically, just for the rest of this game from here on out, whatever you have on your person right now is what you have in the game. From here on out. Only.
Well, hang on, just a second.
Too bad. No, that's too far. Okay, fine.
Harlan, you said I didn't have to go on a scavenger hunt before the session.
But in all fairness,
I don't have shoes.
I know, but in all fairness, not Michael. What's his name? The one that we're friends with, Justin, just messaged me and said you should do that thing right now, and I was like, well, okay. So.
Okay, so first off, I need to
monkey
get shoes.
form.
See, I'm posting it in the Discord chat. This is
all right, what
this
are we
dude
doing
just
now?
posted to me. Look, he said you should do the whatever you have on you thing, and I
Justin,
wrote, okay.
we're not friends anymore.
Everyone look in the Discord. I want everyone to look in the Discord right now and see.
Why would you not be friends with Justin? What did I miss?
Because of what just happened. I'm
What
gonna
happened?
die.
Justin
I'm
is
gonna die
beautiful.
right now.
No, Justin
is
So
a
wait.
beautiful human being.
he's a pretty guy. He's pretty.
So wait,
Yeah, he's
is
beautiful.
it everything, like if I had to stand up from my desk right now, or
Yeah.
if, like literally if I was dropped from here into the desert, what
Exactly.
I have
Yeah.
in my pockets?
Nope.
That's what I'm saying. I don't have nothing on me. I don't have shoes. I don't
It's
have.
okay. You know I will look after you. No,
I hate that.
Yeah, but I would look after like everyone.
I want to be self-sufficient.
You can't be when it comes to logic because I
Well,
suck
give me
at
5
it.
minutes to get dressed.
You know what, Joe? If you're gonna be self-sufficient, you gotta start carrying knives and shit around with you. All right?
I asked
You
Harlan
can't.
if he wanted me to sit down at the table with all my shit. And he
No,
said,
because
no,
that would be
no.
preparing. That would be too prepared.
But straight up, I don't go out like this.
David's my
I don't have
favorite.
shoes
I
on
do.
either.
Look at David, guys. He's like, is this a 20-minute mid game?
Fuck you. I'm gonna go get. I'm getting things.
No, it's fine. I just said it because it was funny. Oh, hey, and Zia says, Joe, you can use your
Fuck
earrings.
you.
You can use your earrings as projectiles. I'm kidding. You don't have to get anything. Oh God, damn it. Now she's actually getting something.
Can you try to keep it down?
Am I waking you up?
I'm trying to sleep.
Guys, I'm waking
It
Justin.
really doesn't matter. I'd still be like overly protective of all of you.
This is a little much. Okay, he's just a little loud.
You made everybody angry.
He's feeling a beer. Should I?
Can I
Oh
have
my
one too?
God! There's Justin there again.
you. Hey,
He's
look.
visiting.
How does he do
Like,
that?
how
what
does
I
he
found.
keep
He's like
going
so magical.
From Calgary too.
Alberta to Ontario is like not that far. I mean, for us, you American friends,
It's the way.
No, I know
If
tons
you
of
ever
people in
driven,
Alberta.
if you've ever driven from California to Pennsylvania, you'll know it's not that far.
The worst tour of my life.
Look at Joe trying to look around for stuff.
It's a
Actually,
Santa pour.
That reminds me of, remember on the stream when Joe poured her beer and it was like the same way. It was like 99% head. She's like pouring it from here and the entire thing was head. And she was like, I like it that way. And we all know it wasn't the case. Now she's back and she'll justify it. Am I
Yeah,
wrong
let's
or am
stop
I wrong?
talking about her now.
Are you feeling better? Are you feeling better?
You're muted. Did you get a knife?
Are you feeling better?
Feeling great.
Just think, you can make fire from your glasses. You can make
No.
projectiles from your earrings.
You
These
can?
are fake.
No.
Actually, in my wallet, I've got like a little vinyl magnifying glass just so
You
can
have
do
your
that.
wallet on you
What
right
are we?
now?
What are we trying to do?
I've got a
Here's
few.
the thing. I know, and I talked to you guys about this.
I
I
have
know
a
the last.
Okay.
Yo, the dinosaur.
Well, that's
Oh,
gonna be
is that like
so
one of those growing dinosaurs that you put in water. And
Little scissors
I've got
Oh, you're
candles.
such a female. You probably have a.
off.
You probably have a. I'm sorry.
Little
I can only
guy.
refer to my wife.
I have.
You
this
probably have
picture.
like a
this
stain
picture.
remover stick in there, don't
I
you?
have a car. No,
Oh
this is
my.
from my dice bag.
Okay, fair enough.
All in here because I was running like a very crafty session of D&D.
Ah.
This picture.
Of course, I wasn't like I should get my purse.
Is that a Starry Night, David?
Yes, it is.
Is Harlan? What? Someone vacuuming?
I got this picture, and I got this picture.
David,
This
your
is my
go-tos
tool.
were like
This is all I have.
a bunch of pictures.
Yeah, and I got this picture.
Nice.
All just postcards and frames.
Bjorn is probably like, fuck this. Why am I watching? You guys are just talking. They're just talking to each other.
Welcome
said
to the
you do
Invictus
anything.
stream, anyway. Well, we take the role playing very seriously.
Best Christmas.
Okay.
All
right. Honestly, over in this corner, over here,
And in this corner,
we have a harpsichord that is covered.
oh
David,
my
you have to play
Can you
it right
play it?
now.
god!
Do you want me to? Do you want me to uncover the
You have to
harpsichord?
play
Yeah.
it.
Play some Bob.
I'll tell you right
Fosse.
now, you're not going to be able to. You're not going to be able to beat the game without playing the harp.
Is that, by the way, is that like a really nice microphone that I see there right next to the harpsichord that you never use?
that you never
It's like a professional recording mic, and he's using
He
the
wants to use his shitty
the
freaking
laptop.
mic.
I
Oh,
just like screw it.
Michelle doesn't let me use that.
David uses Jesus as an overpower. Jesus is overpowered, David, when you start using him as in your
Jesus
voice.
doesn't want me to use the headphones.
fair,
That's why he
really.
didn't let me find them.
Yeah. He just uses
Uber power.
to define his stats.
See?
Good night, Kurt.
Night, Kurt.
Good night,
Good night,
Kurt.
Kurt.
Oh, good night, Kurt.
Sleep well, Kurt.
Sweet dreams, buddy.
Dream,
Good night,
dream
Kurt.
of
Despite
Santa.
being
Want me to
wrong
play
by
the
saying
harpsichord?
Elves.
we're
The
wrong.
answer
Sean
is
B.
always yes.
Dream a little dream of me.
Nice.
Is that Disney?
I don't know how to play.
Can you do a? Can you do a?
Good.
Head banging to the harpsichord.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can you do
Green sleeves.
Fantasy Impromptu by Chopin?
No, he needs green sleeves.
Do it
That's
for
prelude
you.
and fugue.
Green
Do a
sleeves.
fugue.
Green
Yeah,
sleeves.
do a fugue.
Green sleeves.
Guys, I don't know how to play the harpsichord, the piano,
Or
or anything really.
You could do green
did
sleeves
You
Green
did
sleeves
it,
is
David.
Christmassy. What
and
child is this?
4-part
I can play
counterpoint.
like jazz chords.
Yeah, do it. Oh yeah. Nice C major
That's the
7
most
there.
unsatisfying.
Oh, we're doing this.
A
Okay, I'm
minor,
not gonna
A
lie,
minor
I
7.
really want to go get Chris.
That's
I'm bringing my bass over. We're gonna do this.
major 7. F sharp 7 flat 5 13.
Justin just calling them out.
F sharp
E flat minor 7 sustained.
Okay.
Suspended.
Well, I mean, you're close, but the thing is, it's in Baroque tuning, so it's down a half a step.
Oh my
I
God,
see.
would you
so that
fix
was
it
an
already?
F7 flat 13 sharp
I
9.
can't believe you're playing with a Baroque
F4.
harpsichord.
Yeah.
What?
And it is a little bit surreal, isn't it?
If
It's
it isn't
Baroque.
Baroque, don't fix it.
Okay.
Beauty and the
That's
Beast.
enough.
Beauty and the Beast.
And I'm just gonna do this.
We all learned that line
and
from Beauty and the
give
Beast.
David
high
a
school.
little
Yeah, but
mute.
you know what?
There we go.
Hey, don't mute Davey. He's my sweetheart.
Well, little did you know, Joe, we
I thought he
actually
was gonna
are
be putting
playing
his stuff
right
back
now.
on. David, unmute
This is
yourself.
part of the game, right, Harlan?
This is part of the game. This is actually all adding to how you're going to defeat the evil Santa Claus. I
I don't
forgot
know
where you
about
guys left
that.
off. Oh my God, Joe's still there. She's just bent down. I didn't know that.
This is how much I'm in the game right now.
Where were we? I honestly don't
Christmas
remember.
Gremlin.
Oh, Jeff Goldblum. That's so exciting. All right, ladies and gentlemen, back to the game. Jeff Goldblum. Hi. I can't do Jeff Goldblum. I'm
That
gonna
was
try
good.
though.
That was good. No, that was
I'm gonna
good.
say. I'm trying to picture him.
Was that our longest mid-game post?
Yep.
Half an hour.
Maybe we should watch a video.
Have to,
Maybe we should
you
put
have
a
to,
video
you
on the
have-
stream.
Listen,
All right.
Invictus team. It's me, Jeff Goldblum. So welcome. And
Oh,
come on in,
hey,
too.
Jeff
It's
Goldblum.
nice to meet
What?
you.
I'm in
I
your
love
Facebook
Jeff
group.
Goldblum.
And he shakes your hand and he says, "Well, welcome. Listen, it's gonna be a really good time, and I want you all to know that we're gonna take good care of you, and ultimately it's gonna be about making sure that the Santa Initiative, which is keeping, of course, Donald Trump out of what we're trying to do here, to make sure that you guys are all happy and are working towards us. Now you do have the golden nutcracker, is that correct?
Yes, Michael has it
Okay.
in his
If
samurai
you, if you
uniform.
don't mind, can you hand it to me? Thank you. Okay. Now this.
Wait, no.
Hold on. I
You
wouldn't
see with your eyes, David Goldblum.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily hand
It's
it to
Jeff
him.
Goldblum, but I appreciate the vote of confidence.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily hand Jeff Goldblum the gold nutcracker.
It's completely okay. That's all right. What I'm saying here is that we at the Santa Initiative are going to be working tirelessly to understand exactly what you're looking for and what we're looking for as well. So if you can bring the nutcracker into our facilities, then ultimately we're going to be able to help you get to Santa's planet and right this wrong that we've tried to do for so very long. Now,
and I'm going to turn to everybody else and I'm going to say, this guy really sounds like Jeff Goldblum.
This is not bad, right? Right?
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah. Thank you.
I totally pulled the Jeff Goldblum nap during that.
Yeah.
You know,
but listen.
Yeah, Jeff, why are you celebrating? Why are you worried about Christmas? Aren't you Jewish?
No, listen. When I was a young boy, and obviously I'm Jewish, so it doesn't really apply. But the idea was that Santa was the end all be all, and I wanted to be part of the solution. So what I did was I included myself in the Santa Initiative, and ever since then I've been here trying to sort of coordinate between both sides. So if you can come to me and bring the golden nutcracker inside our facility, then I think that we could probably try to find a way to get you and your team to Santa's place, and I think you can to kind of right the wrong that we've done for a few years here. I'm going to be inside though. Why don't you come inside and dinosaurs, and we'll be inside.
I was waiting for that.
Just
not
because
bad,
we could
right?
doesn't mean we should.
I don't know if I'm just drunk,
sure
but I didn't
that-
think that was that bad. And
that
he walks,
if-
yeah. And
Dinosaurs.
the water comes down size here.
It comes down here.
D-
Yeah, but if you-
And it's chaos. It's chaos.
It's chaos.
But he turns around and he and he walks inside, and behind him you see a large stone building with double doors, and on the outside, very obviously, it says Santa, S-A-N-T-A. And he walks in through the double doors, and you see through the peaked roof that there is an opening where a space shuttle ready for liftoff is prepped for the five of you.
Hey, well, this looks like as good a place to get to another space place as we're going to get.
Jeff,
Yeah.
can you speak to whether or not we should be space passengers, aka astronauts, for the first time in our lives while we are all inebriated? Very drunk.
I understand completely. And he takes your hand. And he says, "Look, when you're an astronaut, you need to understand the ways and the complexities of, listen,
Yeah.
and what exists for it. The smooth skin of what might need to be.
Yeah.
But when you're a regular citizen, see how it drips down there? And that's chaos. And what I do as Jeff Goldblum is I include that theory in life. And I think that ultimately that's how life needs to be compounded. We need to see it in that sense. Okay?
And
he
Okay,
walks
do it to me.
through
Do it to me.
Kisses your hand.
Me.
And Justin, he takes your hand as he walks. And inside, you see a large, busy facility, rife with people, scientists walking around, people crunching numbers quickly, a large smoking rocket ready to launch to an unknown planet is sitting, and the place is alive. And he takes the golden nutcracker and he places it in a large case within the wall, and he says, "This is exactly
Wait, what?
Listen,
I don't remember giving it away to
I understand,
anyone.
but it has the coordinates of where we need to go inscribed on it, and this is what we need to get to Santa's lair. And ultimately, and I understand." And he grabs your hand, Michael, as well, and he says, "I understand. Look, this is where Santa needs to be. This is where we are now. And we need to get these two elements together.
It doesn't matter. I'm sold. I love that.
This is what we need. And ultimately, I don't want you to understand this, but these 2 points need to come to fruition. And when they do, you're going to be a lot happier for it." So he kind of puts the gold nutcracker in the case, and it shuts, and you see a series of numbers. Coordinates appear, and he says, "These coordinates from the nutcracker." And ultimately, you feel a lot better. And he says, "Now listen, I understand why you feel hesitant to trust the Santa Initiative, but I want to trust you. I want to incur in you a sense of a realization. we have 2 also celebrity guests that are going to be coming along with you 5 on the voyage. Now, and he walks to a door, and these large doors open, these beautiful ornate doors, and behind them you see a series of cots, beds, where these people have been sleeping for a number of years. And standing up, walking towards the front, is the first guest that is going to be joining you. And whoever hasn't rolled, give me a 2d20.
Michael.
What? Okay. Sure.
2d20, baby cakes.
Where am I?
Thank goodness for Joe, you know, being on the ball. Michael.
While he's rolling.
Roll the dice now.
I'm trying to find my Invictus.
Whoops.
That's my voice when I'm a DM.
What contractor?
I can't
What
wait to play
contractor
with
did
you.
these doors?
Okay, 2d20. That's what we're working on, right?
Correct.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say 20.
20.
Although I rolled Joe's dice. I'm sorry, Joe.
Okay. And
I missed mine.
give me one more roll, Justin. I think we're back at the top.
I mean, Michael got a 12 and an 8, if that's what
did
the
he?
question
Okay,
was.
Which would be a 20.
Well, he wanted the 2 different ones.
Fucking drunk math.
No, it's even better. It's even better. Okay, so.
Oh, boy.
Oh shit. Okay, so so the first guy walks up and he says,
I don't even know where we are.
and he says, "This is the 2 celebrity guests that are following you on your mission to the Santa's planet." And he says, "All right, listen. My name's Al Pacino, and I'm gonna be here for every step of the way. You don't need to worry about anything, no matter what." And he's really old, and you're like, "Oh fuck!" And then from the other side, out walks this kind of asshole, and he's like, "My name's Adam Sandler, and I'm
Oh my god.
and there's
Yes!
nothing better
Yes!
than having me
Wait,
on
so we got
your-
like the worst versions
your
of 2
mission.
famous people.
No, it's okay, cause like
one of the
I like
celebrities
the
are gonna
Hanukkah
die.
song.
It's literally.
I go
in
up
the
to
quiz.
Adam Sandler and I'm like, Adam Sandler, you're the best. Oh,
And he walks right past you towards the rocket ship. Joe is so
okay, all right. Well, all right, yeah.
And he walks towards the fucking rocket ship, and he gets on board as he walks on board, and then
Can we just make the rocket go into outer space without any of us on it, and he can just not be on Earth anymore?
well,
He
you
can
know,
just not be on Earth anymore.
listen, he
I hate
originally
to tell you.
rolled. If you want, we could switch it for his original roll. And then so Adam Sandler walks towards the rocket ship, but he missteps and he falls towards the base of the rocket, which just engulfs him in flames, and you hear as you hear
Okay, but wait.
Adam Sandler die.
Wait, so that's just the end of Adam.
And the
Right
backup celebrity who steps out of the bathroom is none other than Mr. Alan Rickman, and he steps out and he says,
Oh.
Oh wait, wouldn't he be all like gross and scaly and stuff now?
"No, I think it's going to be okay if I join you on this rocket ship adventure."
Hans.
I don't know if I loved him, but I don't know if I
Man,
want
why
him.
would
He's
you
still
cheat?
alive in this world. And he
All
walks
right.
up to you and he says, "I faked my own death in order to be at my peak for this mission."
You
Oh
know,
my god, he's
yeah,
like fucking
that
Elvis.
doesn't seem like that seems like something Alan Rickman would
But
have.
still, like, why would you just give her a Joni Mitchell CD? Really? Like, that's it?
In Love Actually, Richard Curtis wanted me to do that scene, but ultimately I didn't want to. I don't know what he sounds like, to be honest. Anyway, so he walks over and says, "You must be Al Pacino." And Al Pacino's like, "Yeah, that's me." And he says, "We're welcome. We are the 2 celebrity guests to go to this mission for some reason. But let's head to the rocket, and we'll wait for these nice people to help us." And you walk, and from the shadows out walks Lionel. He says, "Hi, guys. I was wondering if you were going to be making it." I don't remember how he fucking sounds, and it's like been...
He was a little bit more
Nasally.
sexual.
He was definitely...
Nasally, and he was like, "Guys, it's so exciting to see you. Jeff Goldblum told me about everything, and I heard Al Pacino and Alan Rickman are coming on a trip with you." And he said, "Ultimately, I want you guys to be extra safe because the planet is a very treacherous place. It's full of a lot of dangerous
Strafe.
Well, it is, and I want you to be very weary of." Oh gosh,
And he sort of... You can tell he's a bit nervous to tell you.
Not Dennis Leary?
No. Of course not, Dennis Leary.
Good.
I want
Well, you
you
said
to,
weary.
well, I want you to be weary of his.
I was just thinking, you know, elves are always rhyming, and
I want
want
you
you
to
to say-
be nervous about his second in command. Santa, we've heard reports. We sent one of our other celebrity guests there first and foremost, using the same transportation that got you to the place that you went in Copenhagen. And ultimately, it was a very dangerous journey, but we had one gas mask and the availability for him to get there. And he reported to us that Santa has gotten back to his evil ways. As you know, he called everyone naughty the first year that you helped us, and the Krampus stepped in to fulfill his needs, but we fear that Santa has gone back to his evil ways. You need to be on your best behavior, no matter what. You need to do whatever is right, so that he sees you as nice in his book. Otherwise, I'm afraid that Santa is lost forever, and all the little boys and girls in the world, and unspecified, will be without gifts for the next few years. And I can't have that.
we will get you the golden nutcracker, and we'll get it back to Kris Kringle. Am I right, guys? And I put my hand in.
The golden nutcracker was only the coordinations. Really, you need to go to Santa and confront him and tell him to stop being a fucking asshole. That's the truth.
Okay, we'll go to Kris Kringle though, and I put my hand in to the center of where we're kind of all standing.
What?
Okay, so I'll put my hand in just because.
Yeah, come on, Mike.
Total fucking loser.
Thank you for making me feel like not a total fucking loser.
I was watching.
I'm in.
I'm
was
gonna put
watching-
like my left hand in, but with my right hand, I'm just gonna supplely cup his
You're
butt.
watching a Sean
Just
Bean.
like-
down
Well, you
for
put
an
your
hour.
left hand in, then your left hand out, and your right hand in, and you shake it all about.
Yeah.
There's like a tree over there, and there's a squirrel sort of running around near the tree
Okay,
that
so-
I was watching.
So far, Mike and I are in. We're gonna do this.
Watching this squirrel. What? Yeah. Okay, great.
Go, Justin,
All right.
David. Let's
Show's
do
in.
this.
Justin, I think your mic's died.
Yeah, Justin, I
Yeah,
can hear
Justin, I
you
can't hear you,
upstairs, but I can't hear you on
I
screen,
can see your mouth
which is
moving.
really weird.
Oh no, it is. I thought you were just being funny. There it is.
Hello?
There you go.
Strap me in, Lionel. I'm not afraid.
And Lionel says, "All
What
right,
about Wijsman?
David?
He's also muted.
Everybody's
Yeah,
muted.
what about me?
Are you in?
Sure.
Then put your hand into the circle, David.
Put your hand in, David.
And break. We're going to get Santa.
Oh,
We're gonna
And
we're gonna do
stop
it.
there for the mid-game poll.
Yeah.
But he says, he looks at you and
Every
says,
10 minutes, we have to stop for half an hour.
just be, he looks at you and he says, just be weary. Santa's second in command is Mr. Braunklaus von Humberg, and he's very dangerous. But the celebrity we sent in his to make sure everything was up to snuff is there. You'll also want to rescue him.
Wait, so what's his name? Von Klaus von what? Berg?
Braunklaus von Humberg.
Hunstrom von Flensburg.
Close enough, David.
He
Okay.
just idolizes you, you can tell.
Monsters von Humberg.
And he kind of says, be safe. And he like pushes you onto the rocket. And as the door shuts and Alan Rickman and Al Pacino
Al Pacino.
are in seats, you can see the rocket already taking off.
And we're like flattened against the
You
floor.
are, yeah, you're great. Everyone do their flat faces.
Everyone do their Oh, say, can you see?
David's is the best.
Okay, I'm gonna see everyone flat faces. David, go. He's frozen. Oh no, he's not. He's just normal. David,
I'm
flat
totally
face, go.
David in this.
I'm
flat
totally
face.
David
I want to
in
see
it,
it.
yeah.
David, flat face, go.
Hold the David.
Flat
So
face.
what
Justin,
would
flat
y'all
face,
like
go.
me to do? What?
I want to see flat
Two.
faces. Go, Justin.
Uh,
Flat face.
Flat face?
Yeah. David,
Oh, now
flat
he
face.
gets it.
Joe, flat face. Joe's half committing, not even. Michael, flat face. That's a good flat face. Michael wins flat face. He fully commits. And as you're flying through space, Lionel comes over the intercom.
And listen, it's a very dangerous mission. I want you to remember to keep in mind that Braunklaus von Hungbert is going to be trying to stop you along your way. When you get to the planet of Santa Claus, make your way through the forest, make your way through the cave, and when you finally confront Santa, ask him why he's being such a fucking asshole.
And he cuts out.
Okay, guys. Forest, cave, Santa.
And you're flying through space, and for a moment, everything is silent. You feel nothing but the G-force against your skin. You consider, oh my God, you started at Chris's house, you went to Copenhagen, and now you're flying through space towards an unnamed planet to save Christmas once again, and you feel like, yo, why the fuck this gotta lie on us? And why the fuck so many celebrities gotta be involved? Like, this is kind of bullshit. And Alan Rickman says, it's going to be okay, let's fly to his planet. And you continue on, and halfway through your flight, you hear a warning light. And in the back,
we hear a warning light.
You hear and see a warning light. It's a double whammy. And Michael, or whoever's not drunk, roll me a 2d20. And
I don't think anybody's gonna be rolling.
I can do it.
Joe,
I'm doing it first.
Okay, Alex, a 2d20. 23.
Yeah.
Okay.
18.
And what did you get?
18.
Tell me both
16.
your totals.
23.
23.
24.
Okay. 23 and 24. Okay, so 23. So
nice job.
So
Josephine.
you realize there's no more blinker fluid in the spaceship, and Al Pacino's
more blinker fluid.
Don't worry,
no.
I got it. Don't worry. And he unclips himself mid-flight, and immediately he's smacked back against the metal wall.
Al, mid-flight.
It's okay, guys. I've lived my entire life towards this point. I'm ready to die for my cause.
And
he's doing that the whole way up.
Yeah, he does. He's like, yeah, listen. And he climbs across the ladder, which is on the floor for some reason. And he pulls himself up to the blinker fluid at the front. The entire way his face being stretched by the G-force. And you can see Al Pacino's younger self within his wrinkled skin. And he climbs forward and forward.
The bone is all
the
the
blinker
same.
fluid button, which is, it doesn't even have to be refilled. He just has to refill it through a button. And anyone could have done it. In fact, Justin's sitting right next to it, but he's kind of like really into his iPod right now. And he slaps it forward and it refills the blinker fluid. And as it does, he lets go of his handle, and Al Pacino's lifeless corpse floats back and smashes against the back wall. He's completely lost all blood to his brain, and he dies in the most horrific way, but also the most honorable way possible, because he saved each and every one of your lives by replacing the blinker fluid, and you feel so much better.
Al Pacino!
And that's
Yo, have any of you guys heard of Gregory Porter?
And Alex,
What?
see the planet arise from the distance, which is, of course, it's not that original, but Alderaan. You arrive at the planet.
It's still there.
Too long.
And I turned to the rest of our Invictus crew and I say, guys, this is pre-1978. Alderaan is still there.
77.
We've beat time. We're ahead of time.
I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that's still alive.
Well, we're all still here. You were already born, or not? Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I totally was. But I think I'm
Is
the only
Michael
one.
is Michael like young Michael now?
Mike, back on Earth, you were still a little boy. I was just.
I would be 10
I was
years
a thought.
So is
7
Michael
years
10
off.
years old? Is he 10 years old now?
69, dude.
My point being.
How does that work?
Wow, really? 69?
I'm an old guy.
I'm dating girls older than you.
I'm an old man.
And you arrive at the planet of Alderaan, but it's covered in ice for some reason. What is that? Who is using a lawnmower?
That's the rocket ship.
Plunk a
That's
couple
the
of
rocket ship. And you approach Alderaan.
It's one of my ships.
And you slow down to a crawl as the ship begins burning. The front windows filled with fire as you begin approaching your descent, and you land with a hard thud. Alan Rickman unclips himself and says, I think we've approached Alderaan, and I think it would be best if we spoke to Santa Claus and sorted out this entire mess.
I thought I was muted.
Now, who was the celebrity that we needed to pick up? Lionel said somebody.
I don't remember.
Me neither. Jim Carrey.
Oh God, how good!
I've been distracted with these buttons, and I'm just poking random buttons in the rock.
Pierce Brosnan?
I wish. And he opens the hatch, and the cold winter air of the planet of Santa. That's a fucking good sound effect. It begins piercing your skin, and you walk out to the night, and you see a large, massive forest before you. And Alan Rickman pulls out a small communication device. Says, Lionel says this is the forest we need to pass through. It is the forest of... I'm just gonna pick one. The National Forest. It is a forbidden forest.
Like na 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 National Forest.
But it's actually like na 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 National Forest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better. And he says, but we need to pass through. Be wary. And out of nowhere, Alan Rickman pulls out a gun, and he begins walking through.
Classic Alan Rickman.
Does he pull out a potion too?
I pull out my wallet.
What?
Oh, that's a big ass wallet. You could beat someone with that.
Yeah, fuck all y'all.
I pull out my.
You pulled out your wallet.
And as you begin
That's
working,
not a harpsichord.
A keytar?
And Justin's got my vacuum.
It's not.
See?
Okay, I feel like at this
And
point,
you
I
have
would
my
probably give.
Tuck tape.
What do you have, Alex? You've got tuck tape. Okay, so
This
I'd
is
probably
air-
give either Justin, Alex, or Joe my sword because I feel like
David's
Whoa.
got it on
No.
David's got the harpsichord, so he's got
I've got
shit
some
going
tape
down.
too.
This shit can like stop air and water from going. So
I
like
can-
you could put it over some guy's face.
I've also got wrapping paper, which is like a Christmas miracle in the making.
That's true. It's like a Christmas trap.
What are you doing right now, Harlan?
I was scratching my nose. Okay.
It's just
Okay, I
like
feel
thumb
like
out of
My
your
thumbs
glove.
get hot.
any one of you can have the sword. Just take it.
So
Michael,
you.
you're the only one who's going to be able to use it properly. You know.
No, just poke people. Just stab them.
Okay.
So
do
you
that.
begin.
Don't swing big. Just go straight and poke.
Stabby.
So
All
you
right.
begin walking through the forest of the National Forest. Oh my God! You just take this knife. And
I'm sorry, did I just hear National Forest?
and Alan Rickman begins walking, and he stops. He says, "Yes. Is there a reason you don't trust the National Forest?"
I've heard stories about the National Forest.
Those
Have you?
stories are all true.
Yeah, it's a Gryffindor.
The National Forest is where everyone I know and everyone I ever loved has died. In
It's
fact-
on this planet?
Yes.
This secret
and he
Santa
starts
planet?
scoping the woods. He says, "My good friend died in these
Jenny.
woods, and I
Was it
hope."
Jenny?
And then as he stops, he goes, "Oh God!" And he pulls his hand back, and sitting there, buck naked, is Daniel Radcliffe of Harry Potter fame.
Well, he did that in the play.
I know, with his horse, and he sits there and
Yeah.
says, "Hello,
How did
Alan.
you-
I'm Daniel." And Alan says, "I know who you are, Daniel. What do you want?" And he looks over the five of you and he says, "I played Harry Potter in a film. Do you know that?
How did you get here, Daniel?
My spirit."
I swear
came
I
here."
thought I saw you in our last one with Elijah Wood, but I thought you were Elijah. I'm sorry, Daniel.
I feel like I'd give him my shirt right now because I feel like I'd be much bigger than him, and my shirt would like cover anything that's important.
No,
that
I'm
he
happy
shouldn't
with
be
my
covering.
penis. You can keep it open. And
Well, I can understand that. It's a wonderful penis.
I'm
Daniel.
not embarrassed by it in the slightest. In fact,
My
I
favorite
prefer to show it
Christmas
if that's all
movie.
right.
Wonderful penis. Oh, Mary.
I am the spirit of the forest of the National. I am the spirit of this forest, and I have a question for you before you can proceed.
You're the spirit of this haunted forest?
I am.
Daniel Radcliffe?
Naked
Yes.
Daniel Radcliffe.
I am.
It all makes sense now.
I
What
was-
is the
I
question?
replaced Chris
Because we
Pratt.
want to find his wood.
You need to find my wood. I have a
I
question.
found it. It's right there.
What is the meaning of Christmas? And he looks to each of you expectantly. You have a minute to decide while I pee. Pee.
Funny.
Okay, guys,
too.
what is the meaning of Christmas? It must be
Well,
something
Are we
stupid
going
like friendship.
literal, like pagan holiday?
We have to decide on something.
Used to like help get the
Michael.
Christians over to Christianity,
No.
or are we going
Think.
like the
We have to
love of friendship and
We have to
family?
get Santa back. Whatever we have to say, we have to say to Santa. So whatever Santa believes is the most true for Christmas, whether it
Well,
be pagan Santa
so,
or
like,
modern day.
You know,
Okay,
Santa.
so hang on. When we last left, Harlan was Santa. So I remember one of my favorite stories of Harlan is finding out because Harlan isn't very religious, but he has the nativity scene that he always puts under his Christmas tree. And I remember asking him about it because I was like for a while, like for the first hour or two, I was like at the house just kind of looking at it going, I don't understand the connection between Harlan and the nativity theme. And he gave a beautiful answer. He's like, for years, because your family isn't religious, he didn't know it had religious significance. He just thought it was about a poor family coming together and celebrating with what they had.
Oh, Justin's showing. But Justin, you're going to have to make noise.
So do we go with like the Harlan and Santa one?
I just looked up the etymology of the word Christmas.
All I see is lights, Justin.
It's not great. It's mostly just black.
It's just darkness.
Well,
So
then
that's
I'm
the
not
meaning of
doing
Christmas
that.
is darkness. Darkness.
It covers our
And
soul.
Daniel Radcliffe looks at you expectantly, waiting for the answer.
Darkness, for sure.
I'll go with that. I'll go with it.
That or poor people getting together and making the most of what they have.
And
While you were away, I was explaining the story when I first went to your first Christmas party, and I asked you about the nativity scene because I didn't understand why you had the nativity scene not being religious.
Which I'm not.
Right. And you said because you always thought it was beautiful because your understanding was about a poor family coming together and just celebrating the love that they had together.
Mm.
And our last year, you ended up being Santa.
Mm.
So I feel like that is what it's about. It's about, regardless of what you have, loving each other and coming together and celebrating the love of each other.
And Daniel Radcliffe has a coy smile that spreads across his face, and he says,
And his penis.
and his penis.
Puppetry of the penis with Daniel Radcliffe.
Foreskin, so it looks like a smile. Well done, Michael. You answered the question correctly. And he fades into nothingness. But not like a sweet nothingness, like you can tell it pains him, like he like floats and disintegrates, and it's just so painful, and you all cry. And Alan Rickman turns to you and says, "Well done, Michael." And he cocks his gun unnecessarily, so because it's a double action revolver, and he continues moving through the woods.
And as we continue moving through the woods, thinking about Daniel Radcliffe and that scene, I look back at Michael and I nod, and I start to sing. Ba 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 ba
For real,
there.
Watch Swiss Army Man, for real, everybody. It's so good. And you exit the forest, and Alan Rickman sort of stops at the edge of the forest and says, "I can't go any further."
Why not, Alan Rickman?
And he says, "Because my job is done." And he fades into nothingness.
But not a
And again, not a sweet nothingness, a pained existence. Like, no! and
You're so blessed.
Okay.
So many celebrities.
from a
Wait,
large
and I-
nearby tree, you hear.
It's
You hear
Alan
from a tree.
Rickman, the dove.
No, it's a new celebrity.
Oh,
Who could it be?
I don't know yet.
Could it be the dove?
Oh, that sounds good. Do that.
It sounds like harpsichord Maggie.
No, and it's you realize that the person is like sort of stuck in a tree, and they've sort of wiggled their way down to where the trunk should be. And from the darkness, the moonlit night, the snow is falling ever so slowly, and you realize for the first second that you're on a fucking different planet, and you each take a second to appreciate how bizarre and amazing it is that this tiny little stream gave you the opportunity to save Christmas not once, not twice, but thrice. And as you see the very distinctive face of Carrie Elwes edge from the tree trunk, you smile to yourself thinking this was the right decision. And he says, "Hello all, it's me again. I made my way here." And he pushes himself out of the tree trunk, leaving little bits of trunk and birch bark on his shoulders, and he brushes them off, and he says, "I noticed that you pushed me out of the vehicle earlier, but I realized it was because you wanted me to head you off at the pass and do a little bit of reconnaissance, and I'm happy to announce I've found out what's in the next cavern."
That Carrie, always thinking.
Well, you
Thinking
know,
ahead.
I try to be my best.
I sincerely meant that when I did that, Carrie.
I figured you would. Well, listen, the area next that's coming up is quite treacherous, but I do want you to know that a friend of ours is on the other side. Now, this is the stay out of my cave, and I found out because there's a sign on the outside, and on the outside there's a sign that says, "Stay out of my cave." But I feel that if we make our way through quietly, not disturbing any of the sleeping ghosts that are inside. I think Justin just fell. Jesus Christ, I literally just heard him thump up above me. I think it's going to be okay if we're very quiet and we allow the ghosts to continue their slumber. So follow me! And he begins walking down the crystal steps of a beautiful ice cave that lies just on the edge of the forest of National Forest. And as you enter the cave, the very dim moonlight reflects off the cavernous walls, and you feel a sense of awe, almost as if you're brought back to your childhood memories of opening presents under the Christmas tree on Christmas morning and a crackling fire next to you. You feel at home, and yet you feel it's deceptive in a way. And as you descend deeper and deeper into the dark cavern, Carrie Elwes looks back at you and says, "Be very careful here." Justin Thomas James is behind it. And it's very nerve-wracking, to be honest. It scares the bejesus out of me. And he turns to you and he says, "Be very careful. This cave is meant to deceive you. I'll meet you on the other side." And he slips off into the darkness. And each of you enters. And after a moment, you are lost. You separate from each other. And you're standing before a reflection of yourself. And yet you're standing beside yourself, but you're a child. You're young. It's Christmas morning, and you're holding your favorite toy. What are you holding, David? What's your favorite toy?
My favorite toy?
As a child, what are you holding?
Aw.
Man, I don't know. A Lego transport truck.
And Joe, you're standing beside a little version of yourself, a little Joe, and she's holding your favorite toy. What was it?
Little Joe is holding a light bright.
A light bright, a little light bright with
Oh,
a picture
those are
not
great.
yet created, ready to experiment. And Alex, you're holding a toy. It's your favorite too. What's that?
It's the G.I. Joe. You know,
Oh yeah,
the
big
little
one.
ones with the elastic waist.
And Justin and Michael, you're holding your own little toy as well. What's your favorite toy?
Mine's a GT Snow Racer.
Fuck yeah.
Those are good.
That's fucking cool, yeah. And Michael?
I don't know. What are we discussing?
You see a reflection of yourself in the cave, but you're just a little boy, and you're holding the favorite Christmas present you ever got. What was it?
Oh my god, so easy. It was I got the Lone Ranger in Tonto And my dad, when I came out at Christmas morning, he didn't even have them wrapped. He had them all like posed. So the horse Silver was up and bucking, and the Lone Ranger was on top. And it was a great way to wake up and come to Christmas to see them all like.
Who did that? Santa? Santa or your dad?
Santa, obviously. I have such an emotional boner from this.
Tonto and his horse
Harlan.
Scout.
And
Harlan.
And then Harlan. What was your?
Yeah.
Oh, mine was a monster head that I destroyed.
You cut the wrong
I
pieces
cut the wrong
accidentally.
piece
I remember
and
that.
Destroyed it. It was very sad.
It's
Thanks
really
for reminding
sad.
me of that.
And that's why we learn read the instructions.
Alex, you actually know that story?
I was there
When I cut it wrong.
Yeah.
It's good.
It was like a plastic tab that looked like it was just part of packaging, but it was actually an elemental part of how the piece worked. And he cut it off. It was like it fucked the whole it fucked the whole thing. It was a monster head. And you move one arm and it opened his mouth. One arm and looked at his eyes. So it never opened his mouth because it fucked it up. Cut the tab.
Just to recuperate from this.
Read the fucking instructions.
Yeah. Let me just sit on that.
And that is our thought for the day. Read the instructions when you get anything.
That made me feel really sad. So you're.
Can I go on to a side note?
Holding your favorite little toy, and each of your images holds the toy out for you to grab. Do you grab it?
I don't think I would.
No.
Why not?
Yeah.
Because again, it's a separation from reality and what we desire.
I'm gonna grab my GT Snow Racer and take it down a hill.
That makes sense.
You grab your GT Snow Racer.
Yeah.
I don't grab the G.I. Joe.
Oh, I had a G.I. Joe with a Kung Fu grip.
David Joe.
Yeah, I did.
I don't grab it. Mostly because I misunderstood the question and I never got a truck for Christmas.
And Joe?
David, you are really one of a kind. I love you, man.
Do I grab the light bright? Yeah, probably.
Okay,
Give me that. I'd steal from my younger self. Give me that light bright.
And you and Joe grab, or you and Justin grab the your gifts. As the other three, you realize that the image that you reject in front of you for the other three begins fading, and you're standing towards the exit of the cave, and you feel a sense of understanding that your past exists, but it's not a want or desire you have anymore, because you realize you want to better the world rather than just yourselves. And Justin and Joe, as you reach out and you grab the object in your hands, you can feel it, and you tug a little bit, and you see your old self, and you're tugging it from the younger self's hands.
Give me that.
I'm tugging my old self.
Do you pull it all the way out?
Am I resisting me?
Yeah, you see, and in fact, you see the sadness in your own eyes as a young child.
Oh no, then I would say, I mean, you can have it. Sorry, I thought you were giving it to me. So.
And Justin?
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yes,
I thought that too, and I see Joe like hand hers back, and I'm like, well, just one ride. Just give me one ride. No, Justin, just give me one ride. Seriously, just one. And then I take it. I'm like, you're being a baby. And then I hop on. And then I slide down.
So you do take it from your younger self. You're a terrible person. So
just
Joe,
one. Just one ride, Harlan.
As your child resists, Joe, you see it, and you see her smile and fade off and let her have her childhood intact. And you as well see the exit. But Justin, as you pull and you take it from it, you see that you've taken something from your childhood self. And as you pull it out of the reflection, you realize that the reflection is in a large ice sculpture, and you actually pull it out, and it smashes through, and you have it in your hands. But in a sense, you feel your past self losing something, a piece of yourself, and you feel darker. You feel as if inside you a piece of your past has been rewritten as you're holding this GT. and you feel uncomfortable, which will come back later. And you have the GT, and you can do whatever the fuck you want with it because you lost. Anyway, and then you see the exit.
Guys, you guys are all stupid.
Yeah, you're a
I
bad guy.
got this awesome GT, and you guys got dick all.
Michael, Justin, can I please take a ride with you?
No.
Also, I would
This is my GT.
I would also like to ride on the GT.
No.
And you exit the cave, and you see Carrie Elwes standing on the outside like,
Well, did you make sure to completely ignore the gifts that your childhood selves had?
I didn't completely ignore mine.
Very good. Let's go.
and as you continue walking through the snow-capped riverbed, which is now, it's a frozen riverbed.
Just around the riverbed.
Just in the riverbed. You get a feeling that something is just around the corner, and you see the smoke billowing on the horizon, and you see the crashed space pod of the survey that they sent in advance to understand exactly what Santa had. And you see this stranded person waving in the distance.
Who's that?
And they begin walking towards you, and as they do, you see it's actor and activist Matt Damon, and he says,
Matt Damon!
And he says,
Matt Damon!
And I'm not even gonna act it because I don't even know how to. And he says, "Hi, I'm Matt Damon."
Damon.
No, he's just a normal guy. He's just a normal guy, and he says,
Matt Damon! I say it in his
Matt
face. I get up like
Damon!
an inch away from his face. Matt Damon! Matt Damon!
Can't even get through a fucking sentence.
And he's like, "You know what, guys? I hear that a lot." He's like, "I'm Matt Damon." He's like, "I've been stranded."
How like apples?
He's like, listen, I'm stranded. I was stranded here. They sent me here to find out what Santa was doing, and now I'm stuck here. My ship's broken, and they said they were sending a reconnaissance team.
Did you use your own feces to grow a lot of potatoes?
I tried to.
Wait,
I did that in like 2 different movies, Interstellar and The Martian.
Wait 1 minute. You're Matt Damon.
Matt Damon!
I'm Matt
Damon! Stop. Guys, stop.
What?
I love Matt
You're-
Damon.
Listen,
Stop.
Trey Parker and Matt
You're-
Stone made fun of me. I'm cool with it. but
No,
here I am.
Matt. Hey, you're Matt Damon.
Yeah.
We can do this. You were
Jason Bourne.
Jason Bourne. We can do this.
Well,
Let's
that was a movie.
break in, get Santa out of that trance, and let's get this shit back on the road. It's Christmas Eve. We need to get this shit back on track.
I don't know, Matt Damon. I think we've run out of time. I really apologize. I want to thank all of our other guests.
We'd like to thank our viewers.
Sean
And he
Bean.
points at you right in the face, Justin. He says, "We have 19 minutes." And he says, "We are not done until those 19 minutes are done." And he turns to
Oh
you
my
and says,
God!
"Look,
It's 11:41. We have
Listen,
19 minutes until midnight,
10:41."
guys.
And he says,
It's
"Listen, guys,
10:41.
I was
141 where?
Listen, guys, I crash landed on this planet because I was doing a favor for an old friend named Lionel, an elf that I got off many times talking about Christmas spirit. He asked me to
they
do a
talk about
favor
Lionel
for him,
Richie.
and I'm okay with that. Okay, but what I found out is scary." And he points, and you see there's like a castle on the hill, and he says, "That's Santa Claus's home base." But listen, I don't know if that's the real Santa Claus. The man in there scares me. He's power corrupt and interested in only benefiting his own needs and desires. And I feel like maybe we need to lay some smackdown on this motherfucker. Just keep doing that. Did you do you, Joe?
That's what, like,
And he looks
Play
at
with
you
my
and says,
earring.
he's like, "There's a truth here, guys. Ultimately, beyond this next ravine is a castle, and in that castle is a lot of bad guys that want to kill us. But at the end of that is an imposter who's taken over Santa Claus, and I think we need to kick the shit out of him. Are you guys in?"
Hey, man.
I'm fucking in.
He's waiting for this.
Of course.
Well, I mean, you can't really hurt anyone without hurting part of yourself.
What's this?
So maybe we can like talk him through it.
See?
I appreciate Joe being the only person who actually did it.
I don't know what you're doing, but I'll do it back
This.
to you.
But Matt, can we do it without Ben?
Listen, Ben Affleck is in there.
He's with Santa, or
I
he
gotta be
is?
honest. The only reason Lionel got me to do this is because Ben Affleck is locked up in his cage down there with Mel Gibson. I need to rescue both.
Can we leave Mel Gibson in a cage?
Yeah, but I can do a good Australian angry impression, so
I
we'll see
don't-
what happens.
I don't want him to come with
Well,
All
me.
right,
kick
you,
the shit out of him.
you have my hand.
All right.
And my axe.
And my dick.
And my cheer.
All right.
And he slaps everybody on the cheek, and then you start walking through the snow. And it's like 16 feet tall, the snow. So you just don't get there. That's the end. But you do make it to the castle, and there's a long stairway up. And it's,
I'm getting through the snow.
and you see there's an ice stairway leading up towards the large wooden double doors of the castle high on the hill. And everybody, including everybody here, turns to David, and they say, "What next, David?" As Joe.
You know, I haven't really been paying attention. I've just been following all of you guys. So if you have any suggestions, please let me know.
And you see Matt Damon says, "Listen, if we could hear a violin rendition of Carol of the Bells, I think we could have the motivation to walk up these steps and
Okay,
save
I
Ben
have to.
Affleck,
I may have to
Mel Gibson,
exit
and confront
the
the evil
scene
Santa."
for a second. Then
Fine.
that's gonna
David
happen.
dives underneath the snow.
He's thinking about it. He's pencil.
All right.
He's walking
And Mel
away.
I'll
Gross.
see if I can.
I mean, not Mel Gibson. Matt Damon walks up 2 steps and turns around to you guys and says, "Listen, I've been stranded on a lot of planets. In Interstellar, I was stranded on Interstellar.
I don't know if you know how this works. You really haven't been.
Listen, in The Martian, I was stranded on a real planet too. I don't care what you say. These were real because I am Daniel Day-Lewis level of fucking commitment, and I did all of that. And I know how to grow
That's a
potatoes
real
from my
thing.
own fecal matter because I read the book, and it was different. It was more exciting than the movie, I gotta say. And Donald Glover wasn't in it, who I really respected, but I just feel like he didn't fit the mood that well. He was a bit too funny, and I'm into it because Ridley Scott directed it. And the truth is, we can get through this together, but we need Carol of the Bells. And I can't imagine.
Why do we need a carol? Why do we need a violin rendition? Why don't we just
And he
need like
points to
bazookas
the
or
night
something?
sky.
It doesn't matter. We need the violin.
He points.
I just
to
don't
the-
understand it.
Points
Like,
to the night sky, and you hear something.
That is incredible.
And Matt Damon looks back at you and says, "We can do this, but we need the help of one person." And you turn around and you see emerging from the woods none other than the fucking one and only Elijah Wood. And he walks out without saying anything. And he walks through you and he begins ascending the stairs towards Santa's castle. And
But you know what?
and you're like,
I'd much rather Elijah than Daniel.
listen, Elijah gets shit done. He's so fucking crazy. And he walks through, and he walks all the way up the stairs, and he knocks on the door as you're still at the bottom, and he's like, "Let me in!" And the door's open, and Elijah walks in.
I walk in right behind him.
Fucking A. And
Me
Elijah's
too.
like,
I walk right behind Joe.
he's a fucking bullet shield of confidence. He's just so, he reeks of sexuality.
That's
And I'm like, what is that smell?
And you
Ugh, Elijah!
And he walks in, and you see
No.
it's sort of like a rotunda with a platform above it in a circle, and high above, sitting up in a cloak, you see a figure, and it's laden red and fur, white fur like this, And he looks down at you and says, "Why have you come here?"
I forget.
Oh, we gotta get Chris.
We want to know why you're being a total dick this year.
And he says, and he begins walking the upper platform of the rotunda. And he says, "I think I understand what you're asking. You're wondering why
That's good.
I
It was
hired
pretty clear.
Dirk to steal the golden nutcracker so that I could cut off all communication and transportation to my planet, so that I could build my forces and once and for all come back to Earth to crush the spirit of Christmas. And let me tell you, it needs to die." And through the dim lights, you see the yellow in his eyes, and he turns towards the five of you and Elijah Wood, and he says, "The spirit of Christmas needs to die because it is not the American way."
Wait,
who is that?
He says that
Who
you
is
see
that?
the billowing
Hold
yellow
on.
smoke from his mustache, and
Yellow smoke?
orange Cheeto puff dust comes out.
Nothing more than the Trump.
And he
And I
flips it
point
back,
my
and you
fingers.
see the one and only Donald Trump for the third year in a row trying desperately to monopolize Christmas, to turn it into something that he can make money on. And he says, I can never do a Donald Trump impression, so I don't know why I make this guy the middle of it, but he says,
We need Alec
"That's
Baldwin.
right, and listen, I can't do it, but he says,
Christopher
listen,
Just have to say it frankly. Frankly.
that's right,
Say it frankly.
listen,
Just do a
want you to
British
know
accent.
that there's nothing that you can't do that's going to make me not want to monopolize on Christmas, because it's about making money. And that's my motivation right now, because it's the most important thing, making money. So you can stand there and you can look up at me and you can look down at me at the same time, but it's not going to change anything."
And I stand up.
And in the center of the room, Elijah Wood has dragged over, while Donald Trump is talking like an asshole, there's a large trunk, and Elijah Wood looks at you, and he matches each of your eyes in an instant, and he says, "It's time." And he flips open a large trunk filled with the most vile weapons of like Uzis and guns and knives, and he looks at you and says, "Do what's meant to be done." And Donald Trump stands there and says, "And there's another thing. I also want to get rid of all this and all the other things you like. And you, Michael, what do you like? The little train set? I'm going to destroy it. There's nothing you're going to be able to do against me." And he's continually prattling on as you see these weapons before you.
And I walk up to the weapons, and I pick up an Uzi. But then I hold it by my side. And I walk up to Donald Trump, and I hug him with all of my love. And I mean it sincerely. I don't mean it jokingly. I give him the hug of my life. The most love-filled hug I could. It's not too much squeeze, not squeeze enough.
Not like a desperate squeeze, but like a.
Do you say not squeeze enough?
And
Yeah,
you hug him.
yeah, not squeeze too much, but
And
not,
you hug
but
him. And you
just
hug him.
enough.
And your arms sink into him, and you feel the heat from his fat, little, bloated, bubbly body. And he says, "You know what? Fuck you." And Alex, you feel the blade run across your neck, drawing wet blood. And Alex, you can feel it squirting everywhere. As you
I quickly
die.
run up and grab Alex's throat.
The
and,
most, well, yeah,
hold it.
okay, and Michael stops you.
That's not gonna work out super
And
well.
Trump stands there and says,
And
"Are
I
you all
give-
fucking
and then-
crazy? Are you all fucking crazy? Do you know
I give-
last year you tried to do the same thing. Last year we were in this exact same rotunda and you tried to end me with love. I'm not that fucking stupid this year."
I give Michael a big thumbs up because you know what? He's saving my life by holding the blood in.
I
Yeah,
run
I give
up
him a
beside
thumbs up.
Michael.
I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. And I go and sit back down.
What are you doing, Joe?
I said I run up beside Michael and I pull his katana out from where he carries it in his Christmas pajamas.
And I'm gonna start running upstairs the back of the room, just like running upstairs, like
Easy.
a flight.
You're up there.
While Joe pulls out the katana.
You do.
Remember, just stab, Joe. Don't try to swing. Just stab.
I say, listen here, you orange son of a bitch.
I don't need to listen to you. You're a woman. I'm a terrible person. I'm a terrible person.
Oh, he slits my throat. He calls you a woman, and all of a sudden it's like all hell on fire.
It's okay that he slit Alex's throat, but not that he called you a woman.
You're bad for the economy. You're bad for people's health. And you're bad for your family, you son of a bitch.
Just like GHBTP, you know?
Oh, we can't hear you through all the blood.
Can you kill him already?
And yeah, I run up and I make eye contact with Justin as he's running up the top, and I just go forward and I stab him right through the belly.
You run the katana through his stomach as Justin comes down at the same time. From the
I am slipping down the slide. There's like this angled like slope of snow in the factory or wherever we are, and I've got my GT snow racer and I'm sliding down, and I see a button that I didn't see before, and I press it, and like blades come out of the front blade.
Yep.
What's that?
That's the button. You're right.
That's the button. So I press that button and I'm like, no, and I started singing Beastie Boys to the best that I can do.
Sabotage? Hold on. We're already
and I'm like,
down. Fucked up here. Might as well just play some Sabotage for the fans at home.
Sabotage!
Who stuck through this far. If they stuck through this long, they deserve a little bit of music. Good. Keep going. Now it's playing.
Alright, I'm sliding down. Tell me when it's the yaw part. I'm sliding down, and like goons are getting in my way, and I'm slipping past them, and I'm
it's the yaw part.
Out of the way. Is it the yaw part now?
Now.
And then I'm like swinging by. I swing past another goon, and I'm going down faster, and I hit the NOS button. The NOS kicks in. And I keep going faster and faster, and then I hit a jump, and I'm about to go to the gnaw part probably soon, but not right yet. And I stop the gnaw, and I just like, I spin around, and I kick another guy with my fist.
And as you come down on Donald Trump's head, between you and Joe, you split the fucker in two. His body falls apart, his intestines and his fucking innards just spill out, and his orange whatever the fuck just like leaks out.
Like weird,
orange whatever the fuck.
He's made of macaroni and
He's made of macaroni and bullshit, and all of it falls out. And as you stand there over the eviscerated corpse of Donald Trump,
I cast lay on hands.
And it happens. What does that do?
It just heals Alex.
Okay, and
You
Alex
say
is
jazz
healed,
hands?
and he's back to full jazz
You
hands.
cast jazz hands?
Yeah.
That's right.
Jazz
And I'm like,
what? Jizz hands? What?
And
thank you.
then
My
and
throat
then-
is all.
yeah.
And but I move my hands away, and I can only talk through my throat. But that's okay because I'm alive. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, everybody.
And
It's
as you
better
all
than
stand
being
there,
dead.
And you all stand there around the eviscerated corpse of Donald Trump. You hear the sliding doors behind open. These are the ones you came through. And you see a figure billowed in cigar smoke enter the room. And for a second, you're all nervous. Joe, you clutch the bloody katana, ready to attack. Justin, you stand there, ready to sort of do another move. Mycl, you're all ready to grab a weapon, but you're at ease for a second as you see the figure approach through the darkness and enter the well-lit room, and it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. And he looks at you and he says,
Yo!
and he says, listen, I understand what you did. I'm so proud of you. You're so great, all you Invictus. My friend Lionel here says you're great. And he looks, and Lionel walks in, and he's like, and he says, listen, I want to invite you to the initiative, the Santa Initiative. You might think that Donald Trump is only in this world, but it's not the case. He's in all over the world, different universes. He's fighting every year. He's trying to take over Christmas in another world. And I'm here, part of my Terminator initiative, to try to be part of solving all of it. I want to send you, the Invictus Squad, to another part of the universe to stop him in every way, shape, or form. Will you take my hand and do this? And he looks towards the 5 of you waiting to see if you will take the Invictus initiative and stop Donald Trump, not just in this plane of existence, but in all plane of existences.
I don't have to think twice. It's Arnold. I'm like, no problem.
And you hear it outside. And he looks to the rest of you. Will you join us?
Hell yeah.
Joe, you're in. And he points you to outside. And David.
Yeah.
What about you, Justin, my good friend?
And I hold up my GT Snow Racer. And I look at it. And then I look up at Arnold Schwarzenegger. And then I look back at my GT Snow Racer. The 2 things I've ever loved. And then I throw the GT Snow Racer away. And I stride confidently to Arnold Schwarzenegger.
And he looks
and
to
I
you.
take his hand, black and white.
That's what I'm talking about.
And he looks to you, Michael, and he says, what about
You
you,
son
Michael?
of a bitch!
Are you okay, you son of a bitch?
Yeah.
And he says, all of you, Invictus, there's more work to be done on the other side of the universe. Get to the chopper!
Look how much it's snowing!
Does Santa's place explode?
3 times.
Donald Trump is all the other
Mel
universes.
Gibson's inside for sure, 100%.
He's like, damn, I said anything about the Jews.
And as you begin helicoptering off in a universal helicopter to the distance, you hear a song in your heart. What is the song, David?
We all link arms.
Listen.
So nice.
And it trails off.
David, give Michelle in. She needs a proper.
That's
link.
because the story's not over yet.
David,
You
give Michelle
realize
in.
all those Trumps are out there.
David, give Michelle in. She's good.
And may all your Christmases
David, tell her to lean
be
in so we can thank her
oh
properly.
fuck Trump. Dun dun dun.
listening.
And you know the only thing that can make you think of Trump is really, and may all your Christmases be
White.
Orange.
Orange. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Invictus Christmas Game Year 3. Thank you so much for being with us and putting up for us. Thank you to Michelle, who should be leaning in right now, taking her congratulations.
Michelle.
yes, Michelle.
David,
get in here.
Michelle in here.
Sorry, she already went back to practice.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh,
Well, thank you,
okay.
Michelle.
Good for
She's
her.
fantastic and super talented, and I'm very proud of her. Thank you to everybody who struggled through this.
Well,
that includes the players.
this was a full bottle when I started.
Oh my god.
Yes, it was.
And I want to say
Like,
thank you
That's
to
impressive.
Sean
I'm
B.
not gonna lie.
So are these.
Who else? Carrie Elwes. Carrie Elwes, thank you to Carrie Elwes. I want to thank Ben Affleck, Mel Gibson, Daniel Radcliffe,
Elijah
Get to do Mel
Elijah Wood.
Gibson.
Sorry,
That's
Matt Damon. We ran out of time.
Can we get some female
I wanna
celebrities in next time? I don't
The
think we
problem
had
is
a
I can't
single
do.
one.
Well, give me a female I could do, and I'm into it. Next time when you run the game, I'll throw it to
Share.
you.
You can do share.
Joe, we'll do a joint GM, and you can do the female
Okay.
GM, the female celebrities, and I'll do the male celebrities.
Great.
Yes.
I'm not against it. I just can't do it. Like I don't know who.
Yeah,
the
you
fuck
can.
I'd do. Who would I do? Give
Well,
me
no, because he might
Winona
underplay
Ryder?
them or overplay them or something.
And then someone. Yeah.
Winona Ryder, you'd fucking kill. That was
That'll
such a
be
good
fine.
impression. It wasn't even purposeful.
Everybody,
Everybody.
you know what? It's Christmas next week.
Oh my god.
Oh, this week.
I'm just really yeah, it is. I'm just really happy to see you all. And I'm really happy to be having these conversations with everybody on stream. So thank you everybody for being on the Discord.
Thank you,
gonna get the-
community, for giving us all the suggestions for tonight. A lot of them were really weird.
Oh my god, there's so much good feedback.
So many good ones. I was literally laughing at how many at the suggestions. I agree with the female celebrities. I just feel like I wouldn't do them justice. I don't. I'm not.
Better to not do them justice than
Oh,
to have them not show.
Michael
That
and
would be more
Brianna.
offensive, wouldn't it? If I didn't. Do them
What are we
justice?
gonna do? Carrie Fisher like this? Oh, I'm Carrie Fisher, and if you haven't seen new Star Wars, then when
You
she
didn't-
sees this, you'll understand what I'm saying.
Too soon.
All right.
What I will do.
You'll completely understand what I'm saying
I'm
when
in
you
no way
see
against
Star
it.
Wars.
I'm saying next year, Joe and I will co-GM, and you can do the females, and I'll do the males, and then that way, because I'm not against the representation, I just can't do them.
Yeah, you just gotta do Carrie Fisher like this.
I
In
know.
fact, I'll do Carrie Fisher.
No one would know what I'm
I
doing.
love her. Don't get me wrong.
And I also want to point out that I think my Jeff Goldblum was pretty good.
It was awesome.
On
You know what?
point.
I have to
Legit.
say,
I was like, I read it that moment. I was like, shit.
I have to say, it's difficult to do people.
I think it is.
And it's difficult to do people. It's most difficult to do a Jeff Goldblum.
Right?
Someone who's just slightly left of normal.
Just like slightly left.
He's just
Alex could do Shadow.
slightly.
That's fair.
Huh?
Thank you so much for hanging out and watching this nonsense of a game. 'Cause it was. And thank you for sticking with us for the entire year. We have one more game left this year. Oh, we're not doing a game, actually. Next week, we talked about this. I'm sorry. Next week is going to be a very special Invictus stream game. It is going to be the first of its kind. Next week, what we're going to do is a bit of a year-long or a lifelong review of sort of what we've done. I'm gonna be polling you guys throughout the week, talking about like characters you might have liked, memories you might have liked. We might do a bit of role-playing in there as well, sort of for fun. But next week for sure is gonna be something totally different, something to really mix it all up, because this is our third year doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez.
So we're
3
going to be doing
years.
something really totally different for you guys, sort of as a.
Huh?
Karma's yelling. I can hear her.
Sorry, I'm
Sort
muting
of
it.
as a totally different experience. So you guys you'll hear about that. I think it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a lot more casual. It'll be a lot of fun. It'll be something to hang out with and sort of chat and ask questions. We used to do post games after a 10-part series, and we haven't done that in a long time. So this will also give you opportunities to ask questions maybe you might have had about Iron Storm campaign, about Grimm, things like that. It's going to be a lot more casual, but it's going to be really fun, and it's going to be very relaxing. We're going to invite everybody that we can to
And
share.
if you have any like characters that you really liked, we'll summon up those characters to answer the question. So if you've got a question about, Tam, then Chris will summon up Tam to answer your question.
Yeah,
Sort of.
That's
maybe like
awesome.
give you some of the motivation behind creating Tam. Give you some of the backstory behind Marie, which was a late edition of Grimm, like let you know things that you might have missed about things we didn't get to talk about, things that maybe in campaigns we didn't get to experience, like what would have happened after the Iron Storm, if we ever go back to it, maybe we will. Things like that. Sort of keep it a bit more, I think, loose, and sort of talk about like and also what's coming for the next year. So it's going to be sort of like a unique year-end game where we reflect a bit on what we've done and what's to come, and it's going to be really cool. Actually, I'm really excited for that. I won't be wearing a Santa suit, but we'll be wearing nothing.
Your New Year's suit.
I will be wearing my birth suit.
Your birthday suit.
Naked. I will be naked is what I'm trying to get at.
I will be naked too.
We'll all be naked, I think.
We'll all be naked on the street.
It wouldn't really be a true year-end stream if we weren't all naked. Let's be honest.
I will
It's
not
like
be naked.
birthing into the new year.
I've got to pick somebody up from the airport, so I may not be here until late.
Who are you picking up from the airport?
Does it matter?
Yes. I'm curious.
It's a visitor.
He'll be naked.
Is it
Visitor to
Donald
Canada.
Trump?
Who?
It's Cummer's cousin
Oh.
from Paris.
Okay.
Okay, be awesome, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, have a fantastic night.
Love y'all.
Thank you so much for hanging out. And, Endgame XP. I'm just going to read whoever the first person that posted an answer would be.
I don't know. There's a lot of really good ones.
Yeah, I'm just going to read a response.
Who's Reign of Peace?
Was anyone helping you with your audio problems?
Oh, yeah, it was Bjorn, though. Bjorn's like a golden goal.
Yeah, he was up late.
Fuck it. Bjorn wins. Bjorn wins Endgame XP. Ladies and gentlemen, have
Good
a
night,
fantastic
everybody.
night. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And as my good friend Michael likes to say,
Hey, we'll see you around the table. Play safe.
see you around the table, guys. Good night.